depression or anything like that, that these would go down. We would expect to see very low rates of regret with respect to transitioning or other forms of transgender healthcare. We would expect to see a lot of people moving away from that after having done it. Well, what does the data say? Because there is, in fact, quite a bit of data on this. Well, there was a study that was published in Plastic.
He cut out.
We've lost Leo.
Hold that thought.
Hold your thought there. You're frozen there, Leo. Do we have you? No, your audio cut out.
His camera cut out too.
Am I back?
Leo Philus versus Hake debate on Modern Day Debate.
Study.
We're gonna be restreaming it, listening, and playing some Mario.
Okay.
What's up, guys?
Am I clear now? You good to continue?
I hear your audio. Your video's frozen, but I hear your audio.
I've only ever seen Leo Philus in flat Earth debates, science stuff, physics, stuff like flat Earth and evolution.
Okay.
Already.
Never seen him in like a socio-political debate.
So
like this.
This
is
published.
Should we affirm
plastic and reconstruction surgery?
Blank identities.
They examined a total of, this was a
Leo says
meta-analysis
yes.
that they performed
Hate,
over a total of 27
says
studies.
no.
27 studies pooled.
I don't even know what that means. Should we affirm their identity?
28 transgender patients who
But this is the beginning of the stream.
Affirmation surgery.
I don't even
the
think I can get away with talking about
according
that
to this
stuff.
study was 1%.
So we'll let the debaters do it.
30% of the people in the study underwent transmasculine procedures, and I believe it was 67% underwent transfeminine procedures. And the prevalence of regret amongst those patients, respectively, was less than 1% and 1%. Out of the 7,900, little over 7,900 patients, only 77 had any form of regret, with many of them, about a third of them, only having minor regret.
Oh, we just killed a crazy level.
That's what one study shows us.
Level
and it seems to align more with the idea that these people are genuine.
Watch me one-shot it now.
With respect to how they identify.
Nope.
A systematic literature review was done by Cornell University, and this study found it went over 51 papers published.
Anyway, I already beat this.
If I'm remembering correctly, I want to say it was 1996 to 2017 or 1997 to 2017. And they found a robust international consensus in the peer-reviewed literature that gender transition, which extends to include medical treatments like hormone therapy, improved the overall well-being of transgender individuals and showed that greater availability of not just medical care, but social support contributed to significantly better quality of life, which again seems to be something that aligns more with the idea that these people are genuine and legitimate with respect to how they identify, and that treating them that way improves the quality of their life. There was also a study that was published in the Stanford University School of Medicine, and it drew on data from one of the largest ever surveys, I think maybe the largest ever survey of transgender adults in the United States. This included more than 27,000
Bro,
people,
please just back off a few inches from the mic.
Who began hormone treatment in adolescence had fewer thoughts of suicide, were less likely to experience major mental health disorders, had fewer problems with substance abuse than those who started hormones later in their life. A whole host of things drastically improved for them if they started hormone treatment and other forms of transgender healthcare.
And how long have they been studying that?
And it also documented
20 years at the most.
Received hormones at
Studies I've read say the opposite.
Those who desired but never received any treatment at all.
John Money's studies didn't work out too well.
It seems that what we see in the data, remember I've cited 2 meta-analyses, and the single largest study ever done in the United States on these people, on transgender individuals, seems to align with the idea that there is genuity when transgender people
I need to be
identify
a little more
as
careful.
Transgender. And I think that is in and of itself
endless no skip, by the way.
Their identities, but just to go further. Many people may argue that, well, I mean, maybe that's true, but perhaps, them identifying
now, how do we
as
get
who
back?
they are, I don't know, leads to
Oh, that guy almost got me. I didn't see him there.
Well, the thing is that there's a study that's very, very often miscited.
A study.
Cecilia Genet, if I'm pronouncing that last name
sounds
correctly,
French. She's probably French. It's probably Genet. It's always the French. Oh, now it's find the difference? Now it's spot the difference?
In transgender
I hate spot the
individuals
difference.
is that transgender women have equal rates of crime as
those fireballs, those protocols
men,
are following the same path. Wait, but this one has a thing
not.
here.
This study also showed that As time went
Ooh,
on and
we
as
got it.
social stigmatization went down and healthcare for trans people increased and got
Wonder
better,
why there's
and
donuts
improved,
there.
that rates of violence and crime actually went down amongst transgender people, which fits very well within the accepted paradigm in sociology, that things like poverty,
Now it's a speed run? What the
destitution,
heck?
social stigmatization,
What the heck?
otherization, a whole host of these issues
It
are
goes from traditional
inextricably
to
linked to
speed
violence
run.
and crime. So, and
Or to
just to quote really
spot the
quickly
difference
from
to
the
speed run.
from the author of the study, Cecilia Jene, she
Janae. She's French,
said
bruh.
that the individual who is making claims about trans criminality, specifically rape likelihood, is misrepresenting the study findings. So I just
I
wanted
don't know
to
why I did that.
show that yes,
I
the
zoned
study
out for a
is
second.
very, very frequently misrepresented, to the extent that the lead author of the study had to come out and say it. So
Who are
it
you
seems
strawmanning?
that
Hake was not going to
what
come
this
out
shows
with
is
whatever
that as
study
we
he was just
improve
whatever
social
study he was just
acceptance, as we
rebuttaling.
improve healthcare and
Hake never
accessibility
said
and
it. Hake
availability
never
of
brought it up.
to transgender individuals in affirming ways, the rates of violence and crime go down.
Hake's not going to
Rates
be
of
coming with
suicide,
studies. He's going
rates
to be
of
coming with.
depression,
So this guy's debating
anxiety,
somebody
gender
else.
dysphoria, substance abuse, all go down, and quality of life improves.
I call
This
BS on
seems
that.
to align solidly.
And why is
with
this
the
guy so
idea
freaking
that
hyped up?
transgender individuals are legitimate? They are
He's
genuine
causing an
in how they
Adderall
identify,
shortage.
and we should accept them for who they are. And I will end there.
He's already angry at nothing. All right, Hake.
All right, thank you so much, Leo, for that opening. Your opening
All right, drink
statement
every
there.
time Hake mentions
Just
the
remind
blacks.
everybody the best way to get this content out there beyond liking and subscribing. That's all awesome, and ringing the bell. You know, we appreciate all that. But the best
This
way
guy's about to
is
lose his
share these
mind.
debates. So if you've got a contentious space on Facebook,
Once he hears how Hake
Instagram,
debates, oh, you're an
or a
idiot.
debate
You're
group,
retarded.
share this
Ah.
because it doesn't get much juicier than
How-
than what we're doing over here at Modern Day Debate. So with Leo's opening there, we're gonna kick it over to Hake. For his up to 10
Ah!
opening.
How are you supposed
as
to do
always,
that? What kind of freaking jump is
Well,
that?
Thank you, Ryan. Nice to talk with you
Ridiculous.
again, and nice to meet you for the first time, Leo Phileas. And shout out to Modern Day Debate and the chat. Nice to see you guys, and the podcast listeners who are listening on the podcast. I say no, we should not affirm so-called trans
Hake is so based
identities.
the way he
We
debates.
should not be into identity, period.
Based.
So you'll notice that the people most into so-called identity whether
Have
it's
the least
racial
unique
identity,
identities. Their
being a
identities
woman,
are
being a
whatever the world
man,
tells them they're
being
supposed to be.
this or that. Those are the people who are like the nuttiest, the craziest,
Yeah.
and the worst off in
Let's
life.
go.
And that's what's happened to many of the people who have fallen into this identity of transgender. Even your
This
race
whole part is
and
dumb.
Your gender,
I don't know why they put
like your real born gender is not
spot the difference
your
in this
identity.
level.
It shouldn't be something
I
that
just
you
want to get to this
attach
part.
yourself with,
Where's the checkpoint?
something you have a feeling that comes along with. You can do what you want, but I don't.
Can I get a
really
checkpoint,
should not be
please?
Into that.
What? Now it's a
This is
puzzle
about
level.
selfishness.
Oh no!
None
It's a
of it is
freaking,
real. There is a
Pong
false
level.
Respect for it. And granted, I don't
know
doubt
if it's
that
survival
that
Pong
my
or
opponent, Leo really feels adamant
or
about
if we're
this.
actually trying to win, or I
But
think
the
we're just
respect,
surviving.
regardless of your feeling, is false. And the delusion itself is a delusion.
I don't
It's
see
false.
how
It's
it's
a
ever
false
gonna go up
identity.
there.
It's based on thoughts and feelings.
What the frick?
And as Jesus said in the Bible,
Is
take
this a
no
soft
thought
lock?
for your life. And that's a wise statement, to take no thought for your life. Because the more you worry about your life, the more you think about
Got
your
one.
life. Even the liberal media has articles about overanalyzing.
I'm glad it gave me more than
your
one
life
chance.
and
Oh my
worrying
gosh,
too
there's
much.
checkpoint. Thank
And
God.
versus breaking away and calming down and separating. Do not worry is another
Ah!
one of Jesus' statements.
Another
Which I
survival.
think everybody can agree with. Worry is bad for you. But
Easy
today we're all in
survival.
our
This
heads
level
about
has
our
everything.
selfish lives, and
Another
it's
checkpoint.
insane.
Horrible
Most of us
placement of
probably-
checkpoints.
perhaps even
Now
all of
it's a
us are
Zelda
insane.
level. What the frick?
And the transgenders are no exception. So-called transgenders. All of those 2SL, GB, TQIA plus people.
Huh.
That's not who they are.
What am I supposed to
It's
do
not
here?
who anyone is. And so saying, "Oh, accept me for who I am."
Is the
that's
POW
not
gonna
who
clear
you
them all?
are. It's
I'm not gonna
what
be able to
you
get.
fell into thinking that you are, and it's a trap. Living for self is
but I'm stuck in here now.
Self is really what it is self-destructive. Self
What
is
the-
your enemy. There's a great movie called Revolver.
Oh, I gotta
by
shoot a
Guy
freaking
Ritchie from,
arrow.
like 2004, 2005.
Hate's talking about Revolver.
that,
For like a month,
the
Jesse talked
theologian
about
and
Revolver
streamer
like constantly. Well, we get
comedian
3-1
Owen
ups when we beat
Benjamin
this level.
cited the other day, and Jesse Lee Peterson, on whose network I stream, he also cited this movie.
That was way
And it
easier.
It talks about how
than
there's
it
this
looked.
voice in your head, and you think it's you.
Now it's a
And
SM2
that's
level. What
the
is wrong with this
transgenders are going
level?
through. That's
It
what
has
all of us are
ADD.
going through. And you think it's you, and it misleads you. It tells you lies about what people are thinking. It tells you lies about yourself. Causes you to commit suicide.
See, this guy's on a.
causes you to commit.
This guy and Hake are on whole different levels. This guy's on a
Causes you to
scientific,
fall
like
into all
stats
kinds of
and
the wrong
statistics
things.
and studies and
And
all
you
that
think
stuff.
It's you. It's
Hake's
an-
just
a
coming
false
from a
identity.
common sense,
So,
real world.
I think that
take
that's a
of
great
it.
warning to all people, really. Anyone, all these allies, all these people who are allies to
Way more base take.
anti-racism or the gay agenda and all that stuff, they may not know
I
it,
kind of
but
like
they are
that weird
enemies of
level.
the people who they're propping up. They are like a spoiling, enabling mother.
Level
When you encourage somebody to be angry, to take offense, or when you take offense on their behalf, you're not doing them a favor. You're being a mama, if you will. When they pushed that same-sex marriage, for instance, years ago, 10 years ago or plus or minus, they were saying love is love. But that's not actual love. That is an emotional attachment. And that is not love, because that quickly turns into hate, you'll notice. And they don't love everybody with that same false love. You'll notice
Look at
that
these
they
dummies in
lash
chat.
out. The
He's
people
so
who are pushing
angry at the
same-sex marriage, they
angries. In
lashed
what
out
way
against
does he
any
sound
Christian
angry?
who would
He's
stand
totally
against it.
chill.
So all their love went out the window. Love loves everybody the same, regardless of their delusion or their truth believing.
What
or
the heck
whatever.
do you want me to do here,
We're
level?
decent to everybody, and we should be decent to the transgenders. And they don't, the so-called transgenders.
So
They are human beings. They're
Ah,
people.
no!
Treat them
No!
like that, and don't
Come on,
treat
you
them
gotta
like
give me
they're
some sort of
babies
indicator that there's a freaking
or
spike
like
roof
they're,
coming.
Alzheimer's patients, where you have to like take them around the block to make them finally
Oh, my
recognize that they're
goodness.
home and play along with them. You don't
This level's
necessarily
lame.
have to do that. So I don't think.
I
that
think we
should
just
be
fly to
affirming
the
that
end
stuff.
after
So these
that spike
trans
part.
allies, they're wolves in sheep's clothing. They don't love you.
Yep.
And your lover doesn't even love you. Your mother doesn't even love you. Most people don't have real love. They're possessed. Like
Woo,
I
barely
talked
made
about with the devil in the mind. The devil is always with you in your mind. And it's interesting that all of this knowledge is available. Leo
Oh, I was
cited
scared there
a
might be
bunch of
another.
interesting
Yep.
studies,
All we're doing is launching.
but they lack wisdom, and it shows me that you can't really trust all these universities and institutions and researchers to have the wisdom to deal with the knowledge that they're gaining by interviewing all of these people. They're coming with a mindset
Woo!
and with a mama spirit where you
Force
don't really
damage.
get wisdom
Ooh,
from
you can
science,
almost
you get
you
knowledge.
can almost fall down
And
there on the
you have a whole lot
semi-solid
of
and then
knowledge,
zoom
but
up and
wisdom
maybe
is
get
rare
through
as
there.
ever. I think
don't
we should
know.
have respect for all people. We should treat all people right.
Ah! No!
Like we should.
Ah,
treat
no!
transgenders
Oh, why
like we
did I
treat
try it?
everybody
Why
else.
did I try it? This might be the end.
Nowadays, it seems like it's socially acceptable for them to be dressing up and transitioning or whatever you want to call that stuff into their thing.
What
they're
the-
wearing their problem
what the-
like a fat person is wearing.
What
his
is this
his
level?
problem or her problem.
Like
But
we're
you
like a
still
fat person.
Don't judge them. You just
Let's
treat them with
go.
common decency. My fellow host on the JLP network, Joel Friday, host of Joel
Ooh,
Friday
we almost
TV,
did make that.
said that he feels that it's disrespectful to not call Bruce Kate. He feels it's disrespectful because Bruce said, "Call me Kate."
I'm all right
he's
with the
gonna
name
call him
thing.
and be
People can change their
disrespectful
names,
And
but
I can sympathize with that thing. I remember a famous viral moment when Ben Shapiro said such and such sir to that guy Zoe Tur, or formerly Steve Tur, now Zoe Tur, I think. And I did notice
that might have been
I'm
bad
like, was
Yeah,
Ben
that might have been
Shapiro
bad.
trying to be
because I barely made it
trying
last
to
time.
rile him, get under his skin, because that's not a loving way to act. Just because you're for truth doesn't mean that you're for love. Love means telling the truth, but
No!
with love.
Oh,
And that's
whew.
what real truth is too. If you're,
Another
if
prop
you're
top.
not telling the truth with love, then you're not really about
And
truth. because
top
you're
of the
just
flagpole, baby.
You're a devil fighting
Where am
a
I?
devil.
Okay.
You're based on self. Angry people, you'll notice, try to make other people angry, and that's not the way to act. I think that blacks, for example, have no business being
The blacks,
upset
great.
at the N-word, the so-called N-word. But knowing that society today is a mess like that, you act with wisdom, and you don't just spout off the N-word like crazy just because they shouldn't be mad about it. So same thing with the transgenders. You don't like
Drink.
purposely
I'm drinking
just try to
water
make 'em
tonight.
angry or purposely show
Drink when Hake says the
disrespect,
black.
saying, "Oh," with the harsh truth. But yet you let people, you tell them the truth, and then you let them be wrong, and just as they're wrong for forcing us to pretend to go along with
There
them.
is no debate when it's
So
true.
we would be wrong to
Facts.
force them to try to accept
Reach the goal after
reality.
grabbing. Ah, it's a 10-second level.
And I think that I'll end there. We could
What
talk
the
about
heck?
politics and laws
I can't
and all
get that.
stuff, but
What are you supposed to
I'm
do?
not as into that aspect of it.
No, this is gonna be a life
Thank you so much
killer.
for your introduction
There
there,
has to be a
Hake.
power up
I
somewhere.
just want to remind everybody that both of our guests are
Oh, there's a
linked in
spring.
the description and
Oh,
the link
no.
in our podcast as
Oh, I'm
well.
not good at this.
If you like what you're hearing from our speakers and want to hear more from them, definitely check out that link. There are links in the description there.
What?
And, if you wanna hear
No,
more from
it's a
them right
vine
now, if you
climb
have
with
a
a
question for
spring.
either
This
of
is
our
gonna kill
speakers,
the
we'll be
run.
doing a Q&A at the end of this. Just make sure that your questions are directed
It
towards
do-
our topic and not attacks against our speakers. So, with that there, we'll kick it over to
I don't understand.
Leo, and,
I don't understand.
the floor is all yours, fellas, for,
I don't know how
I
you
think
can't
we
even
discussed
throw
that we
upwards. So
wanted
how
to
are
do
you supposed to
5-minute
vine climb with
increments
the
to
spring
start,
here?
So we'll just see how much there is.
Maybe-
I was just saying just 5-minute rebuttals. I get a rebuttal. He gets a rebuttal, 5 minutes, and then open discussion from there, if that's okay with Hake.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
that sounds
I don't
fine.
know. I don't
That's
know.
good. All right, I'll
Right
get
on.
out, and you guys can have the floor.
It's got to be a
5 minutes for
spring
you.
vine climb, and I don't know how to do that.
Alrighty. So, Hake said that we shouldn't be into identity, but I guess I would need him to specify more what he means, because identity
know
is
how
a
to do that.
fundamental aspect of human society, as well as
We're skipping because I
science.
don't know how to do this trick.
I'm looking at the periodic table of the elements right now, which is a means of identifying.
told
the
you,
different
he's all about
elements
the
and all of
science.
the various properties that they have.
He's all about
Identity
science.
is just a thing.
evidence.
Identity, categorization. These are things.
That's
that
why
humans
I've never
do. I
seen
don't-
him in a debate
shouldn't
about
be into
politics
them.
or.
I don't understand what that means.
Usually his
He
debates
said
are
that
only science
something about
stuff.
transgender.
He'll
people
destroy
or
a flat earther.
The queer community are worse off. Well, I don't know if he was paying attention to my opening speech, but I cited, mind you, two meta-analyses, and the largest study ever done on transgender adults in the United States, all of which show that there are vast quality of life improvements that transgender people, queer people broadly, but specifically trans people, have experience with not just access to the proper care, but broad social acceptance. So I don't really know what you mean when you say they're worse off. Maybe if you worked harder to allow them and make them an open part of society like I did, they wouldn't be worse off.
See, I'd want to
He
hear
said
what this
something
guy
about
has
none of
to
this
say.
is real, but trans people exist, so obviously they're real. This is delegitimization.
In reference
It's
to
effectively
science.
to say that this isn't
This
real.
is
and
a
people
troll
don't
level,
really
by the
feel
way.
This way is a form of erasure, and it's very, very dangerous. If you know your history, you know where it's gone before. He said that
My
these
soft
people
lock?
aren't who they say they are, but how would he know? He's not trans. He's never lived as a trans person, and I.
Oh
doubt
my
he's
God, that's an
probably
appeal
had
to authority,
a
bud.
lot of heart-to-heart discussions with
I
trans
don't mind
people
most
about,
logical
who
fallacies,
they
but that one is
are
the
and
most annoying
things like that. Like
and
I
probably
have.
the
I
most
don't know what it's
commonly
like to be
used one.
trans either. All I know is what
You
my
don't have
transgender
to
friends
know.
told me.
Yeah,
and I can
exactly.
only
He's
try to
arguing the other
understand
side, and he's
their
never been trans, so he
experience.
doesn't know.
But yes, these people are who they say they are, and all the data that I shared seems to lend a hell of a lot of credence to
Yeah,
that.
you are who you say
He
you are.
mentioned,
That doesn't
you know,
mean it's
suicides
real
and
to
stuff like that,
objectively
but
true to
again,
the rest of the world.
literally all of the data that I shared, 2 meta-analyses and the largest study done in the United States on trans
I don't know what to do. I'm
show
soft
that
locked.
rates go
This is
down
dumb.
quite
I hate troll
drastically
levels.
with not just access to the relevant medical care, but broad social acceptance and reductions in social stigmatization. So again,
These people
that
are who they
seems
say
to
they are.
comport with
Circular reasoning.
with what
Somebody
I'm
said if Hake
defending
shows
here.
emotion, he'll get fired.
He claims that allies
No.
are really
What is
enemies.
this?
I
What
guess
level
the
is
only
this?
thing that I would say to this, more so to demonstrate the absurdity of making the claim, is I wonder if those who spoke up for Jews were really their enemy.
Oh,
or if
shut
those who
up.
spoke
Quit
up
going
to
to the
black people
Jews
were really their
and the
enemy.
black people.
I just think that's, I
The
have to be
blacks.
quite frank here, just kind of a stupid thing to say. He said that, well, I shared all these studies, but they lack
It's
wisdom.
not relative.
I don't
This
care.
is
What they don't
ad
lack is
Hitlerium.
theoretical virtue and empirical
Ad
verisimilitude,
Hitlerium.
and
He's
that's
bringing
what I
up the
care
Jews
about. It
because
doesn't
it
appear that you have
pulls
that.
on
You at
people's
least
emotional
thus far haven't shared
heartstrings.
any of it. If you have
How about
some
you
data,
compare
I
him to
would
drug
love
addicts?
to talk about that with you. He says that we should treat trans people with respect.
Would an
and
ally
that's
of a
great,
drug
we should,
addict
obviously.
be
They're human
beneficial
fucking
to the
beings,
drug
and we
addict?
shouldn't have to
No.
say that.
It
We
may
shouldn't
seem
have to
like
have this
it. They're
debate.
giving them drugs,
But
enabling
then
them.
again, the
Then they
political
die.
party that I would presume, I think quite reasonably so, that hate supports,
Whoa, whoa! We're getting a little more hyped up now.
passes laws directly attacking the open visibility of trans people in society. So I guess that's okay, but treat them with respect. And lastly, he just considers.
Who are you
consistently
talking? Who?
reiterated,
Hate
I
never
think, like
made that
3 or
argument.
4
This guy's
times
always
that
like
this is a
debating
false identity,
strawmen.
but he
He
hasn't
debates so
explained
much with so many
why
people.
or in virtue of what it's false or how he knows this.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Leo. We're going to kick it over for 5
I
minutes.
can't see the
to
other
Hank.
platform. Okay.
Just to clarify, in live chat,
What
super
the-
chats will be right at the end of the show. So,
Great
Hank,
Kaizo
we'll kick it
block.
over to you.
Mushroom. We know
Okay,
where a mushroom is
First
now.
of all, I would agree. Yes, anybody the people who are speaking up against this anti-Semitism stuff, and the people who are speaking against on behalf of blacks for this anti-racism stuff, they are enemies. They are wolves in sheep's clothing of the Jews and of the blacks.
Enablers.
They definitely are. They're spreading anger and resentment and encouraging those people to feel like victims and to be
Dang it!
angry
I thought I could have
themselves.
doubled.
And people who feel like victims become perpetrators, and that's the worst thing for
Nice.
your life.
What is this,
to
little
be
bonus area?
angry. So yes, they are, and to kiss up to the people.
Well, I just died.
Nobody really likes that. It's sort of a mama spirit thing. I wonder how old Leophilius is to be talking about erasure, and this is going towards. I guess he's implying that this is going that not being for the so-called transgenders coming out of the closet and being all into their delusion is going towards like a genocide or something like that, which is a liberal word that is used against
anybody
people oftentimes
who does anything.
Worse off,
colonizers.
Worse off, I mean that the people who are into that community, by and large, yeah, you can find that they get maybe, I suppose, I'm assuming you guys are telling me the truth, marginally better when you cater to them and
they're enablers.
Holds their hand and
drug addicts don't have to steal and rob if somebody's just giving them money for their drugs.
I can go along with the idea.
So yes, they'll act better.
On a
They'll be
physical
better
level,
behaved
they
if you just give them
seem
money
to
for their
improve.
drugs.
But that's only marginal compared
What the
to
f am I supposed to do
actual
here?
repentance, actually, like not coming out of the closet with that. We should be going into the prayer closet and
Facts.
having
Facts, hey,
decency
facts, bro.
rather than forcing everybody else to go
No!
along with it. By identity, I mean all of these things. I'm black, or I'm white, I'm a man, or I'm a woman. Even if you are a real man or a real woman, or I'm a transgender, or I'm a gay, this or that. All of those things are false. They're not who you are. Yeah, you identify elements, and you can say, oh, currently I'm going through this or that, but that's not who you
Seems
are.
like there should be a power up
And
for
the more
something
you
up here.
attach yourself to those things, the more you're trapped.
I'm
yourself
trusting the
in
arrow.
this world.
Whoa!
So all these studies are studying people who are trapped in this world. So of course you're not going to find much difference, but you're not comparing them to like normal people. By and large, they're still miles below.
What's
the
normal? What's normal? Hey, you know what normal is? Not trans.
Oh, and as far as data goes, I'm not interested.
What the heck?
I mean,
Ah!
I am interested to hear what you're saying.
Ah, this is
and
crazy.
And the data that you
Oh,
provide me,
one of
I
those could have had a
I
power up.
assume, by and
Yo,
large,
if
that
we can.
you're
Oh, we're gonna
being
cheat.
honest
We're gonna
with
cheat the
what
system right
what
here.
you've heard.
Let's go.
But
Oh, come on.
I'm not. That's not my.
I need one more.
my interest.
Yeah.
I can talk
No!
with you about
Dang it.
what something means, what your results mean, but I'm not interested in data. I'm interested in
Common
basic
sense, facts.
living
Look
wisdom
around you.
and common sense. people are individuals. They're not interested in data when it comes to their own personal
skewed
lives.
statistics
So
to prove a point.
The anecdote
That they intentionally
of the person's own life is more
make the
important
studies to prove their
than,
point.
Than any amount of studies and data.
They'll say they don't. They do.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that, Hake. We're going to kick it into open discussion. And just as a question, just to kind of
No.
kick the conversation
We're in trouble.
A lot of times when,
No.
and I see it in the live chat too, that these discussions are happening. There's
Mean people in the
talk
chat.
about gender and sex. So we're going to kick it over to Leo.
There's no difference.
for
No matter what,
discussion and let both of our speakers,
gender studies
talk
major
about
tells
what
you
they think that means.
who's been studying
Um,
Simone de
and
Beauvoir and
then,
John
speak
Money
off of that.
and
So
all these
over
other
to you, fellas.
French gender
Tell you what.
people. No matter what they tell you,
Yeah,
do
get
not.
in that prayer closet. Get on your knees for Jesus. Anyway,
I'm also kind of
so I
disappointed
think,
that the moderator just redirected it to that because this is a
I'm
whole.
trying to find a way
This conversation
because
is a
the way
whole.
that I normally explain.
Hake
the
needs to just put his
distinction
foot
that
down
I
and say there's
between
no
sex,
difference
gender,
between sex and gender. Nope.
uses big scary words, and I don't want to.
'Cause if you concede
evil,
that
big,
ground
scary
at all,
philosopher words and
You
scare
can't really
people
win the
off.
debate because then
So,
they'll just say, well, they're two
um,
different things.
But I would say that I think gender relates more.
To an identity, a personal
It's-
identity.
I guess you could use the term internal. It's more about the action. I guess you could say there's a normative.
Okay, I think we
component
actually have to,
gender where
we have
it's
to find a
rooted
magic
in the
Koopa.
actions or the behaviors that you engage in broadly in society that relate to how other people will recognize and address you. That's a part of identity. This is a very
Fuck!
important thing actually in
Sorry,
sociology. Sex really is just the gametes that you produce. And at the end of the day, I think really focusing on this distinction kind of obfuscates the discussion because I think it's obvious that we're not talking about, and it doesn't matter what gametes you produce. We're talking about something significantly broader than that relates to how it is that people
God is
express
cringe.
themselves in society.
People are so dumb. He put God is
I think
cringe, but
that's-
it's a
that latter
lowercase
part is
g,
where the
which
deception
in a
really
Christian's
lies, is
mind, that
whether
means Satan.
how
So,
they express themselves.
He's trying to like
is
offend
legitimate, if
Christians,
it's genuine.
but he literally
when
just
it
said
comes from his
Satan is
people,
cringe.
And in virtue of those, whether we should affirm
So that's
or
it was like
disaffirm
base, bro.
their identity.
All right, we'll give Hake
What
some
a
moments
dummy.
of thoughts on that.
What a
and then,
dummy.
Continue with our open discussion.
What's the question again?
In these discussions,
It's a dumb
there's lot
question,
of
Hake.
talk
Don't worry about it.
Gender
About-
and sex.
About a lot
do
of
you
talk
draw a
about.
distinction, or what do those words mean to you?
They're the
in
same
this
thing.
Discussion, I guess, is what I think
Okay,
is,
so like
used
sex
to be-
being male or female, gender being male or female, or man or woman or whatever. That's what you're asking.
Yeah, and then just go right into the open discussion.
Oh, I got a
for
key,
just
but I
so
need to
that
find-
I think that'll give
There we
the
go,
chat
Magic Koopa.
context for this
We get a
type of
Magic Koopa to bust out one of these.
that they might be looking for.
Here we go.
Okay, yeah, I would say that they're
Hopefully it's
pretty
not a Koopa.
interchangeable.
It is a Koopa.
I understand a little bit of what the more intellectual people
Okay.
like Leo is talking about with the
I could probably almost
they're
snake
talking
through
about
and
how it's expressed
get it
in
from there, but
society,
we're gonna
like
do
a
it from here.
man
Let's go.
doesn't wear a dress or
One
stuff
life
like
saved.
that. I can understand that, but by and large, I would say they're interchangeable. And as far as the I did notice
It's
something.
synonymous. They're the same thing.
Just before Leo mentioned the difference between gender and sex, he mockingly said, "Yeah, get in that prayer closet, get on your knees for Jesus." And I do notice that there is a lot of
Vitriol
lack of
towards
understanding,
Christians.
a caricature made of Christians for their
From dummies.
for their way of approaching these topics. In many cases, Christians don't even know it. People like this because they don't live in places where.
Do you think
it's-
that's because the way
Right.
that Christians approach it is bad?
Maybe so a little bit. Yeah.
Some, but
I think that
Christians is not
Christians
a.
do make a caricature of themselves by.
It's not like all Christians are the same.
not
Like we're
being
not all copy
a
and
real
paste. That's the
light,
great thing
real
about being a
example.
Christian.
So.
Your
it's
only
two
goal is
fakes,
to make
two
yourself
fakes.
perfect,
There's
but
the
everybody's
intellectual,
going through different
science,
things.
Liberal fakes, and then there's the Christian fakes, and they're
No, in my soft lock.
mocking
Ah!
each other over this, fighting over this issue. and it's definitely in.
I don't know how I survived. I thought I was. I thought
sure.
there was gonna
But
be.
it's just something that I've noticed. What's that?
I said, of course it's not. But
I've
there
watched
are
this
a
Leo guy,
political
but he's a
party literally
douche.
writing
He's
laws
just a
against
straight up
specific
douche.
demographic of people.
Right.
He thinks he's
you
smarter
brought
than
that up.
everybody.
I'm not against.
We're all missing the point though.
Oh, what's the point? Go ahead.
Fill us in,
Well,
buddy.
the point
Thanks.
is that this affects people's lives, and that the kind of rhetoric that people like you push is
Rhetoric?
dangerous,
Oh, shut
and
up.
it results in the continued otherization and stigmatization
Otherization and
of whole groups
stigmatization.
of human beings, to the extent that
Oh,
a major
you can't-
political party in one of the world's most powerful nations writes
Okay,
laws,
the end is right over
passes
there.
laws that openly attack their visibility, their existence in society. Now, I don't know about you, but I do know of instances where this has happened in the past, and it didn't fucking end well for 10 million human beings.
Woo!
I just don't want it to happen again.
Calm down, dude. Shut up.
I'm not for them. If I were the boss of the world, which I'm nowhere near being, I would tell them, no, you shouldn't be doing that. You know, this is public indecency. It's kind
Let
of
him
like
build a wall and let him go live with the wild. Send him to the north. Send him
out
to
like that.
Canada.
But
You don't gotta kill him.
and
You don't
so
gotta
I think
lock
that's
him
what
up.
The
Just
Republicans are trying to do with
What do
get
you
out of our
mean,
society.
out
Go
like
live in the
that?
wilderness.
out in
If
trying.
you want to live like a wild
man
person,
dressing up in,
go live in the
and
wilderness.
acting like and doing the
I
bodily.
hate find the
Isn't this a
difference.
free country?
We've built up a lot of
Yeah,
levels.
as
Men
in
can't
We're
dress
saving
up and
this
act as
run.
women.
I would.
I mean,
not
Robin
free in
Williams
that
did,
way.
and it's one of the most
In
beloved
a movie,
American
Mr.
movies, like, ever.
Doubtfire, a
Like,
funny comedy
what's wrong with
movie.
men dressing up and
Ah,
acting
he's
like
so
women?
dumb.
Why is that wrong?
He
where's
thinks
Robin
he's
Williams
smart,
now?
but he's not smart. He did.
Why does that matter to the point?
He did.
Because that's not something that I endorse, and it doesn't
Okay,
matter.
why? I'm asking you why.
Okay, we got.
Robin Williams was a miserable person.
And he
That's
killed
not
himself.
what I'm asking.
And just-
Why is it wrong
This
Oh,
one's
why is
for a
different.
man to
It's-
dress up as a woman? Which trans
How'd
trans
that
men
work
and
out
trans
for old
women
Rob?
aren't
Yeah.
Either women or men dressing. That's not how that works. They're
No,
trans men.
I
and
added,
they're
I
trans
added in
women.
like the.
But
I think the
can
difference
just
is that
table
this one
for
has a
now
block
and
there.
talk
You see
about
that block
a guy
down
who
there at the
is
bottom?
just a man who dresses up and acts like a woman. Identifies as a man, but just likes to dress up and
He
act like a
shouldn't have done
woman.
that.
And you're saying that would be wrong.
yeah, it's kind
Spence,
of gross.
Spence
vulgar.
goes, okay, I don't think any of that
Why?
matters.
On its face, it just is.
Yeah, but why?
They're all looking the same way.
Why? What?
Yeah, what is the grossness grounded in? What
That's just
makes it
based off of
gross or
screen
disgusting
timing.
or wrong or whatever term you want to use?
To abandon the natural, normal masculinity of a man.
There's a
and turn
bomb
him
behind the
effeminate
clown.
Is
So
In
who's-
all of 'em.
Where? What do you mean natural masculinity? Men don't
Not
have
a
to be
bomb, but
masculine.
there's something
Dress up
behind
where
the
they
clown
out
and
of
all.
Was that
It's-
written on
it's-
like Mount Everest and humans discovered it and it said signed Mother Nature
I
or
don't
something?
know.
What do you
I don't
mean
know what the
natural?
difference is. The
common
only thing
sense-
difference I
you
see
know
is
what I
this
mean
one
by
has a
that.
little block
Common
down
sense
there
says
by it.
that it's what's natural and not, especially in a culture and a society. Yeah.
So I guess then I would just ask what
Oh,
what
this
do
one
you
doesn't
mean
have a
by
coin
masculine?
behind it. They have
You don't
coins
know what
behind them. This one
masculine
doesn't.
is?
I'm asking you what you mean by masculine.
I think you know what I mean by masculine, dressing up like a man rather
No.
than dressing up like a woman.
So you're saying that attire plays into being masculine, how you dress.
Part of it.
No, attire plays into how masculinity expresses itself in the outer world, but it doesn't play into being
So
masculine.
you think masculinity is something over and above mere expressive actions.
Right? It's deeper than that, obviously.
So what is it?
It's a man being a man as God made him.
I don't know, but when you say man, you're meaning masculine, right?
Right?
So then you're just using the word not once but twice in the
Mhm.
definition of the word. Like, so what do you mean by masculine? What sorts
You
of
don't know
concepts
you don't know what
do
a man
you
is?
get?
Do you not know what a man is?
I'm asking you what sorts of concepts you get. This isn't. That's the thing. I'm trying to get from you what concepts you have in mind
What?
when you talk about masculinity.
How was I
more than willing
wrong?
to talk about
How was
mine,
I
but I want
wrong?
to hear from you first, since I'm the one asking the question.
A man being a man as God made him.
That's just saying masculinity is
Look.
being masculine. That
Right.
that
Yes.
doesn't
As
explain.
opposed
This
to
blue
no.
pipe is
So you
facing
don't
that
really
way.
know what it means.
As opposed to effeminate.
So you don't really know what it means to be masculine.
I don't.
I mean, so
I don't,
what
I'm
if I
not
said-
into putting it into a bunch of words?
Well, what if I said having a beard is masculine? Or, and I'm not saying that any of these is
A
exclusively
woman having a
masculine.
beard would be mannish. Yes.
Cut corner.
And
cut
the
corner.
thing is, I think that women that choose to have beards are
Not cut corner.
most of the time, at least, generally trying to express some sense of masculinity, if not alongside other things too, because these things can be mixed with respect to how people express themselves. But what I'm trying to get at is things like having a beard, wearing jeans and t-shirts and stuff like that. Some
I
people
hate
might say
these.
hunting, fishing, smoking meat, working on diesel engines. These are like some of the concept. And again, this is not meant to be taken
pink.
as like all inclusive.
There's a white
or
music
all
note in the middle of
exclusive
the
or anything
saw
like
on this
that.
one.
Women can do all of the things that I just listed. And still
gotta
be
be
women. That's
this.
not the point. But some of the things I listed are
Woo!
typically associated with men. Would you not
Oh
agree?
my God, I
Yeah.
hate these.
So when I ask you
This
what
one
you
has
mean
a
by
spiky.
masculinity, I
Those
want you
two
to give
have.
me the kind of answer like what I just gave you. I gave you a list of concepts, of features about a person that tell me that they're masculine.
Oh
I'm
my
trying to get from
goodness.
you what you think those
I
features
can't even
are.
see to the top.
I'm not interested in spouting off a bunch of features though. So I'm sorry, I don't.
So
feel
you're
like
not here to
complying.
have a discussion. Is
I'm
that
here
not
to
why
have
you're
a
here?
discussion about real stuff, but you're
Masculinity
do you
isn't
wanna-
real?
yeah, real stuff. But you want a bunch of characteristics, and I'm not God to tell you what to do.
But you said that,
They sound
being
like his
masculine
mama.
comes from God, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there's 4 of
So
them.
how do
Oh
you know
no!
Did God not give you a set of characteristics that
Woo,
are
we got it.
associated, or that
3
that
one-ups,
you would
please. Yes.
consider natural
Let's go.
to men? I don't know, like being a
I can only get
provider
2, but
or something like that.
I suppose so. What? Yeah, this is something that you're into. I'm not really into this aspect of it. Go
Well,
ahead.
so the point that I'm getting at here is that
Yeah.
it seems to me that masculinity as well as femininity are rooted in actions, behaviors, and forms of expression. There isn't anything
They're not rooted in that.
intrinsic to any human that makes them masculine
they're
or
rooted in
feminine.
how God made
These are
you.
largely socio-culturally influenced and informed. Do you really think that what it means to be a man today and the kinds of things that we typically associate with men today are the same as they were 1,000 years ago? Do you really think that?
No,
we're doing good on this
Okay.
run.
it depends
Why?
on the times. It
What's up,
depends on-
Gui
Okay,
Riga?
so you
Luigi
think that there
Fire.
is some fluidity to these
But
concepts.
you
Oh,
said,
yeah.
But you said rooted. You,
So
you
no,
used the
I
wrong word.
would you affirm or deny that there is some
Whoa,
fluidity
Yoshi,
to these
what up?
concepts like masculinity and
in
femininity?
terms of how you act out and how you dress and all that stuff out in the world, of course. But you said
So what
you
would
said
be
these
informing?
things are. You said masculinity is rooted in that stuff. Masculinity is not rooted in that stuff. Those are the branches of
got it.
masculinity. Those are like the leaves, what you see from masculinity. It has nothing to do with the roots.
Base.
So then what would be the roots? What
Oh,
informs
we gotta-
the changes in the actions or the behaviors? What is
Okay.
what
Oh, we gotta go
is
fast. No! Ah!
masculinity
What am I
or
doing?
femininity then?
I
If
think we
not
had
the
to lose the
actions,
Yoshi.
behaviors that form the outward
Maybe not.
sociocultural expression.
Those are the visible signs of masculinity.
Yes, you've
Yeah.
said that.
And so those
I'm
are-
asking then
So when
what
when a man does what tries to do what a woman does,
Can I
or
get that
a woman
pow?
tries to do what
Might
a
be
man
cheese
does,
here if I could get that pow.
it's like a pretend.
Okay. I think.
that's so yeah, that's not answering the question. That's just saying that masculinity
Your question
and
is whack,
femininity are
bruh.
different. But it's not
You don't
telling me
know
what
No!
they are. And the
My
point
jump
that I'm
button
getting at
didn't
here
work.
is
I
the
blame
reason
the
you're
controller.
struggling to
It's
tell me
whack
what they are
controller.
is
I'm not
because
struggling
you
to
can't.
tell you. I don't
You
care.
are. You have not told me what they are.
But
And
I
then
don't have
when
to
I
tell
press
you
you
what they
to,
are.
you claim, well, I don't want to tell you what they are, but that's what we do. That's what like debates and stuff are for. So
But
what,
no, it's not.
I can't
We're
help
talking about
but
we're
think
talking about
that you
affirming
fundamentally
transgender
don't
identities.
know
Uh-huh.
what masculinity and femininity, are
Right.
beyond those forms of expression, which then would
No,
seem
it becomes-
that
Why
the
is that?
position
Why
you
does
would
it
be
keep running
committed
off
to
there?
my
My
position.
jump button
That
not
these are
working?
fluid, broad sociocultural concepts. They're not rooted in something you know, that's like this natural or in. I mean, I think that
Right.
forms of open
In your
sexual
mind,
identity are
Leo Phileas.
intrinsic to human society, but no one specific form is
Right.
intrinsic. So
No,
that's
here.
all I'm saying.
I get what you're saying. So I finally understand where you're coming from. This is like one of the communist tactics of muddying the waters,
Yes.
so that we don't have
Let's
a real
go.
solid definition. So we just throw it all away
I
and
don't
then
think there are
pretend that
solid definitions
transgender is
like that.
legitimate. What's that?
I said I don't think that there are.
That was so
like,
easy.
You would so
Took me
you would
3
mention
tries
normal.
for some
What does it
reason.
mean to be normal, Hake?
Woo!
You tell me what it means to be normal.
No.
Oh, now what? Now
I
what?
cannot.
Why not?
What
I
am
mean,
I
I'm
doing?
not trying to get you here, but why
No,
not?
I know, but it's
Ah!
because it's a
What the
it's
heck?
something that
Oh, you gotta go
God
fast.
defines,
All
it's
while
something that
all under
kind
one
of,
piece switch time.
kind of naturally comes.
I would say it's because it doesn't.
I have
really
4
have
lives.
A working, like a univocal definition that applies in all times and all places. Normal doesn't. I mean, it's like what
We
would you
have
do
to
if
go
I asked
quick
you to
once we hit
define
the P
cool?
button.
When somebody says, "Hey, that guy over there, he's pretty cool," what does that mean? There
It's
isn't a
it's-
univocal definition. It
Right.
just
Ready?
it's gonna change. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the same
No!
thing
And then we missed
for,
the pipe.
for what it means. Like so when
He
No,
cut
that's
out
fine.
again. Hallelujah.
Okay.
impact on children.
Woo!
That's another thing that's kind
Shelmet.
of a hot
It's a good one to
topic,
bring up, actually.
that people
Yeah,
have in this discussion. So I'm going to throw another monkey wrench in here. I was on mute, so I'm trying to
That was
trying
kind
to
of
keep
cool.
my suggestions of keeping the conversation moving quiet here. But
I only have
and
one bomb to do this.
A hot topic as far as the conversation goes is where we are talking about cultural change. A really a big thing that usually gets brought up is
Got him.
impacts on children and schools and stuff like that. So I think that's another thing. that
Oh,
we
I
can
almost
move
thought I
into
could
for
get
this
through there with my-
discussion. So I'll kick it over to Hake,
Okay.
and we'll continue
Wait.
on.
Is this like a...
Once again, I am all for like public indecency laws and for laws obscene. Some of it more than others, of course, and a shame.
I
I
wasn't
think
paying
we should get rid
attention
of
to what's
public
down
schools,
here.
honestly. I think we
Base.
should get rid of
No more public schools.
anti-discrimination laws.
Ah, what did I
We
just
should get rid
do?
of the DOJ. We should defund the UN and all these people who are pushing this stuff. But again, I'm not the boss of the world. It's this
Wait, what's the
pipe thing, I
difference?
suppose. We should encourage
What's the
women
point?
not to
I don't
worry
get it.
their pretty little heads about politics, including even the mothers who are dealing with this. They're getting too frazzled on both sides.
Do I bring a bomb with?
About
Wait,
it.
what?
And it's cringy and it's crazy and it's not beneficial. Women getting involved in making these decisions, voting and all this stuff, is part of the reason we're
where did
dealing
this
with
come from?
Stuff like this. Part of the reason we have guys like Leo who think the way he does. It's not good for the direction of the country. As far as children go,
Got the POW?
just be honest with them when it comes up and say,
It's
"Hey,
pretty
these
simple.
people
When
are
your little
confused."
kid says, "Mom, I think I'm a
Wish them
boy,"
well,
you say,
don't-
"No, you're a girl."
Don't be evil towards them. And
The end. That's it. That's all it takes.
And for those who are like like mothers are doing this or stepmothers are doing this to the children.
I think
now
I could
from
do this
underneath the
kind of quick.
fathers,
Ah, what was that? That was bullcrap.
I say just sometimes you just have to let go and trust God. A lot of fathers are fighting in courts, and it's taking a toll on a lot of men. So just be honest, be a light in the world, because right now they're trying to suppress anybody they're going hard after the Christians, after the whites, after the men, and after the children, and after the unborn babies. So
A lot of evil in the world.
and anybody who's an independent thinker, really. So just be a light, be wise, and don't fall into anger or worry. And a lot of people are overly worried about kids, and all these people who are anti-pedophiles, they get crazy over it, and that's not good for them or for the kids that they think that they're
Right.
protecting.
They're like,
So,
save the
I say
children,
just
save the
stay,
children, but then they're okay with abortion.
Stay cool headed. Stay in prayer.
Epstein, save the children. I'm about to
Yeah,
die.
so
Crap.
I mean, I would agree with Hake that we should be honest. With,
Yo, there.
we should tell them that transhumans are
This
humans.
is a
that these
soft
people exist,
lock.
that there's nothing wrong with them, and that you should treat them like you would like a Jewish person or a black person or a,
Why does it
you
keep
know,
going
a
to the Jewish
you know,
person and
one
the
of your
black
Muslim
person?
friends that you have in school, like I had, or one of your African friends that you had at 6 years old in kindergarten, like I had, or one of your Thai friends, like I had, or your Bosnian friend, because I actually grew up in, at least for part of my life, in a relatively diverse area. And you know, trans people are just human beings trying to live their lives. There's somebody I know who's trans who recently became a doctor. Congratulations to him. Because these are people that just want to, you know, have careers and live their lives and be normal human beings like everybody
I don't
else.
know what to do.
And we
I'm
should
soft
be
locked.
honest with
This is
children
bull
about
crap.
that. And we should be honest if children are
There's
feeling
3
this
lives
way
left.
about
We gotta save this run.
being capable of expressing the way that they're feeling with their parents, with any other medical professionals that would be requisite to that scenario. And when the appropriate ages come for things like hormone therapy, puberty blockers, and eventually gender affirmation surgery, then
Oh
these
my
people
God.
should be allowed to pursue it.
This is gross.
But yeah, I think that
Gross.
we definitely need to be honest with our children. The only question I would have for Hake is, he said that like these people are confused. I don't know what he means. Confused about what?
Confused about
Everything.
Confused
Reality.
into thinking that there's something that they're not, into feeling like there's something that they're not.
How do
Their
you know
whole-
what they
their
are?
whole
or what
reality
they
is
aren't?
confusion.
It's not for me to
Are you
say,
them?
but it's I don't know. I'm not
So
them.
then why are you saying it? You're saying it right now. You're saying that they think there's something that they're not, which means you must know what they are to also know what they're not, and to know that they're
No.
not the thing that they are.
No, you can know what you're not without knowing what you are, and you can know what others are not without knowing what they are or who they are.
So do you know who these people are or not?
Often by process of elimination, you arrive.
Oh,
at the
you
truth.
almost can make
So
it.
You don't have to know.
I think
who
maybe
you
you
are or
can.
What you are. Most people go through life not knowing who they are or what they are.
That doesn't mean everybody does, and that doesn't mean that
He
they
didn't
question
say
certain
everybody. He
facets
said
of who they
most
are.
people.
There might be somebody who,
He
you know,
just said
they question
most
who they
people.
are,
He
but
didn't say
is a
everybody.
Christian in his firm Christian belief. They're not questioning that, are they?
Right.
This
I
guy
know
wants to
everyone.
argue so
But
hard
that's
So
that
what
he
about
just
somebody
makes up
who's
things that
a
Hick didn't
trans
say.
man is a trans man and has been for like, I don't know, 13, 14 years.
That's
They're just
something that-
confused though, right?
Oh
He's
shoot!
caught up in an idea. Yeah, that's not who.
What
he
idea?
is.
How does
It's
that work?
an
It's a
idea
double
of-
overlay
of
pipe.
What he is.
Must be an
as a
overlay pipe.
so-called
I
trans.
okay. Huh? I don't understand what that's supposed to mean.
When you're
Ooh,
caught up
I almost
into an
died.
idea, I'm trans. You're caught up
This
in
isn't
an
an
idea,
idea,
of
though.
what you are.
It is an
not
idea.
an
It's
idea.
literally
Of
in your
course it's an
mind.
idea.
No, it's not.
Trans is not an idea.
No, trans people exist.
People exist, and then trans idea.
People, and some of them are
idea
trans.
people,
Yes.
they think that they're trans,
Identity.
yeah.
It's funny
And
how
people-
it sounds
they
just
are
like
trans.
idea.
They are
Starts with a
trans.
lot of the same.
Whatever that is.
Trans.
It's
Oh!
something that you-
People exist.
something that
A
you people-
trans
hate
person is
precision.
somebody
Satan
who's
made up and you believe them.
who's born
Based,
with a
Hank.
body that is typically associated with a
Perv
particular
cope.
set of broader
Perv cope,
sociocultural characteristics, but that they deviate from those.
That's
That's a trans person.
That's
Those kinds of people do exist in society and
Yes.
have for thousands of years.
mentally
as
ill
documented
people
by
do
the
exist in
Egyptians, the
society.
Romans,
That
the
doesn't mean
Greeks,
that their
and
mental illness
the
is
Hindus.
real. It's still a part
Confusion
of their.
has
It's in
always
their
been
mind.
with
It's
us.
a
Yeah.
figment of their
Everybody has
imagination.
their issues, and some people are more challenging than others.
Yeah,
I don't
like
take that away.
religion.
Yeah, that too, definitely.
Yeah, but not transness.
Yeah, this guy's losing this
Oh, that's
debate,
not confusion.
No.
Transness is not confusion.
but religion
No.
is.
I beg to differ. I think it's
Okay,
one
why?
of many different confusions.
In virtue of what are these people confused?
In every way. They
They're
don't even know what
confused
gender
into
they are.
Thinking that this is something that they should be going with.
This is my last
How
life.
do you know that?
That's an interesting question.
Yes!
How do
Hey,
you
we
know
got
what
the
trans people
Shelby
feel and
through.
how
Let's
they
go.
This is what I don't understand
they-
about this.
because they're
You're
going
not
along
trans.
with
Are
it.
you trans? Are
No.
you trans?
Oh my god.
So you
You're
have,
not either, bro.
You
So
do
you
not
don't know what
it
you're talking
feels like
about
to be
either.
trans.
I know what it feels like to be human, and they're no different.
Feels
from
like
us.
what it
I didn't
feels
ask you
like.
if you knew what it felt like to be human, though, did I? I asked you if you knew what it felt like to be trans. Do you?
Right. No, I don't know what it feels like to be
Okay.
so-called
So
trans.
then why are you trying to say what these people do and don't feel?
Because I know I'm not saying what they do and don't feel. I'm saying that they're confused.
But you are. You're saying they're confused
Yeah.
about the way that they feel.
Oh,
about
I'm not
who
saying
they
that they
are.
feel. I'm not saying that they feel confused. I'm saying that they are confused. I don't know
But
if
they're
how
not,
they
though.
feel.
I'm trying to figure out
Yeah.
what are you basing this idea that they're confused on?
Okay, because
I'm not understanding.
Because okay, say on a Saturday.
On a
feel
Saturday.
Like going out to the
Oh,
beach.
now I see how it works. I never
Right
came
away,
through
I feel
that
like
fight.
going out to the beach.
Let's go to the beach.
Someday I may do that. And
Beach
some
time.
days I may be like, hey, let me calm down. Let me pause and just go about my life as life leads me rather than following my whims and my desires and my feelings.
Doesn't that presume that life can't lead people to being trans? It seems like you're implicitly assuming the invalidity of this before.
God, he wants to be intellectual so bad. I don't know which way I'm supposed to be going.
When I follow that thing and I follow that temptation, my life goes worse than were I to just calm down and just go with where life takes me rather than what the desires and thoughts and feelings take me. Living for self, that's an identity. That's a false.
I don't know if I was supposed to be able to get the Shelmet through here, but I did.
Talking in your head. That's not you. It's not them. So because I know because I know a little bit myself.
Can this level end, please? What the frick?
I can relate to the murderer or the thief or whatever.
I mean, I don't.
Followed an idea. Transgender people?
Because I'm a human being who.
Just in case this is on like a timer.
So you know. So
oh,
do you know what
no,
it's
I have
like to be black because you're a human being?
I know what it's like to be a human being, just like a.
Do you know what it's like to live in China because you're a human being?
No.
Either way, I could have just broken the blocks. I didn't even have to hit the
you to experiences you've never had.
Wait, how do I get a key?
I know, but I can relate to. Relate to the believing an idea.
Oh, it's just survival.
That's all it really is.
Well, it's not in the data.
This is the lamest survival I've ever seen.
It also demonstrates.
I think I can actually
I can't directly remember what it was, but that was false too.
What did I say?
I think it was about that their lives get worse when people pursue this, but that's not true because
I never said that.
For people, well, yeah, you did. You said that like
no, I said their lives
people
are worse
who pursue this idea, their lives get worse. That rather than like slowing down and trying to figure things out. It seemed like what you were trying to imply is if people sort of jump into this I'm trans thing, rather than just like taking a step back and going with the flow.
I need to get 2 1-ups before I leave this level. This might be the end.
Is that what you were saying? Maybe I'm misunderstanding. I might be.
Yeah, because you were studying all the people who believe that they're trans. You didn't study any of the people who feel that way but didn't believe it.
I don't know what that means to say the people that feel that way but don't believe it. That
they don't.
I mean, there might be people who believe it but deny that belief, but I don't know what it would be.
Exactly.
This time we're gonna be able to get a 1-up here.
That I feel hungry, but I don't believe that I'm hungry. The feeling that I'm hungry is the belief that I am hungry.
I didn't even get the 1-ups. Dang it.
Great example.
We're not doing it again.
Example. A lot of times people feel like they're hungry or think that they're hungry.
Oh, is this a timer thing?
That is what eventually.
Oh no. It's okay, I see.
With anything.
You're talking about feeling hungry and feelings and all. And
no, I was talking about what I was responding to what you said, where people feel a way, but they don't believe that people feel like they're X, but they don't believe that they're X. That's what you said.
Yeah.
It would replace X, obviously, with transgender people. But I used hunger to show how that's kind of a ridiculous notion.
This is kind of hard.
Because if I feel hungry, I feel that in virtue of having the belief that I'm hungry. The belief that I'm hungry is intrinsically attached to the feeling of being hungry. Just like I feel light from my lamp hitting my eyes is intrinsically attached to my belief that there is light hitting my eyes is intrinsically attached to the feeling of it. I don't know how you would disconnect those.
No, feeling is not necessarily believing. And thinking is not necessarily.
That's not what I was saying, and I don't think that's what you were saying either.
Feeling hungry is not the same thing as being hungry. Needing.
Which is not the same thing as saying feeling.
No.
Is the same thing as beliefs. Well, I don't know how rigorous the word feelings is in epistemology, this is
oh my gosh,
tangential. But
someone tangential.
This notion of like seemings is something that might be used. Like instead of saying I'm feeling,
I gotta hurry up.
You might say I seem hungry. But then the thing is, within that framework, we can attach beliefs to seeming. So like most epistemologists are not going to detach like feelings about yourself, those sort of intentional states, from the propositional content, the beliefs that are going to ride along with them.
Yeah.
But this isn't a discussion about epistemology, so.
As JLP has said, J.C. Lee Peterson, who's counseled a lot of people in this world, there is no feeling to
I feel like
being a
that's what
man
I
or
need to
to
do.
being a woman. It just is. Unlike
I don't
with
know
the
what that
transgenders,
means.
the transgenders feel like there's something other than what they are. It's a confusion.
There is no
Got it.
feeling. So you don't feel like a man?
No,
No,
you just are.
I do.
you do.
You do?
I can
Yeah,
tell.
I'm sitting here.
You act like a
I'm
woman.
drinking Budweiser, tangentially related to the gayest beer on the planet, apparently.
I don't think I
Hell
can
yeah.
get the.
But that's not. See,
I don't think
that's
I can get the
silly.
flagpole.
How old are you, if you don't mind my asking?
27.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you can't get top of
Understandable.
flagpole.
But that man, that's not. No, that's. You feel like a. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
surprised
feel like
that
a
you
man.
Feel like a man.
I would also say that I am a
You
man.
Felt, I bet you felt so righteous when you quoted that guy, the anti-Nazi, former Nazi sympathizer guy from history about I was not a. They were going after the whites.
That was a
but I
weird
not
level.
white,
We've saved
so
this
I did
run.
not
Though.
speak up for the
Somehow
whites.
we should have
They were
died
going after
multiple
the
times.
Christians,
in
but
this
I was not a Christian.
We've gotten
So I
down
didn't
to
speak
one
up for the
life.
Christians. They were going after the men, but I was not a man, even though I feel like a man. But I did not speak up for the men. They went after the unborn children, but I was not an unborn child.
I'm not gonna lie, you got a pretty good sense of humor. I'm not gonna lie, I'll give you that one.
But anyway,
I'm not gonna be honest. What I felt.
You felt righteous in that, right?
No, I would say I was just saying, man, I really hope the point here isn't lost. I really hope that this is like a good point, like a good way to like sound off
Right.
my opening speech.
He hasn't
That's
made-
what was going through my head. I'd feel righteous.
Okay. Well, you just performed righteous. You're like a performer. Which I'm not
Well,
taking.
no, I just like debates.
There's a
Nice,
coin
that's
down there.
cool.
I wonder why that coin's down there. I don't want to go down there. I'm scared.
You have a completely different view of what decency and
He doesn't know what decency
wisdom
is.
I guess. Wisdom.
I'm just not. I guess those just aren't words I would use in the context of this discussion.
Wisdom.
It seems to me that what we have
Yeah.
It's a
an
failure to
unprecedented
communicate.
wave of bigotry in the form of a bunch of rhetoric, as well as
Rhetoric?
legislation, not
I don't
just
like
being
when people
proposed,
say it like
but
that.
being
It's
actively
rhetoric.
passed,
Say
like in
rhetoric.
Missouri, which says that autistic
No!
adults
No!
cannot get
Oh, this is,
transferring care because they're
There
autistic.
and back. There
So
and
they're
back
not just
level.
targeting trans people; they're targeting autistic
Oh, shut
trans
up with the.
people.
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
the autistic trans
they're saying
movement
they
now
can't
is
make
a
so
thing,
they
too.
can't
in
make
the form
decisions
of
for themselves.
rhetoric,
Autist
in
gender.
the form of
They're calling it
rhetoric and
autistic gender.
legislation, we're
Yeah.
seeing an unprecedented wave of
It's
bigotry
not a coincidence
against trans
that
people in the
most
United
trans
States, in the
people are
United
also
Kingdom, other
autistic.
areas of primarily the Western world, but those two nations are the big one.
Oh!
And it's disturbing because I know what happens because I can look back in history
Yo, if that show,
when people do this. And this is coming from conservatives
we
and
actually
traditionalists,
can't take the
unequivocally,
show with us.
just like
Actually,
it
we
has,
can.
just like it did with the gays in the 70s and the 80s, just like it did with the blacks
I need to go a
in the
little
50s
faster.
and the 60s,
black.
women in the 20s. Who was it that opposed all of the social movements that fought for their right to exist in
Nice.
society?
We can take it.
And who are currently doing it today with trans people,
But
No.
you're using a
conservatives, traditionalists.
Come
because
on,
they're
I
dangerous,
need you to get
and
out
the
of there.
Things that they believe are dangerous, and that is
who's-
why they
who's
don't
dangerous?
want to affirm trans people.
I
Who
could have duck
conservatives and
jumped and not
traditionalists.
lost my fire.
Well, their ideology is dangerous. I can't say that they are dangerous.
Okay. But you're saying it wrong.
Not
You're saying, oh,
sure
we
what,
think women
where I'm
and
supposed to
blacks
go.
and-
This is
and,
not good.
The people who think that they're transgender and all that stuff cannot exist.
Then
in
we're gonna have to go
society
all
and
the way
be
back. I
visible
need to
in
go
society.
faster.
Well,
Definitely need to
we're
go
the thing that
faster.
we're against
Checkpoint.
them exist. Something exists
I
in
don't think
society.
Trump.
that's a fact. That's a fact.
That's not true.
It
But
is an
blacks-
One way I
it
forget.
is an undeniable fact of history that conservatives have it has largely been conservatives and traditionalists opposed to further
Nope, can't
social
do that.
rights for trans people, gay people, black people, Jewish
Oh,
people.
I'm glad I
and
did
women.
that.
This
Right,
is
Glad I
not a
went
thought.
before the shell
This
came
is
back.
not me saying
But
it.
that's
This
I hope I don't have to
is
go
a
back
historical
that way
fact.
because
What's a
I'm not
And we
gonna
are
be able to.
seeing it extended into the modern age.
What's a
Whenever you
social
put-
right?
people to be
Whenever
able
you
to
put anything
exist
before right,
under the same
it's fake.
with the same
It's a fake
level
right.
of,
It's not a
of
real right.
freedom,
Civil rights,
positive freedom
women's
that
rights,
other groups get, where it isn't equitable
social
distribution.
rights.
We could say equal distribution rather of the privileges, the abilities, the
Go!
opportunities that we afford the people in our societies broadly, and ways in which we structure our societies with respect to our goals for how we want people to be treated. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't.
You just
totally
need to take a
follow, but
chill
I know
pill,
I know
Leo.
what the historical things you're
Take
talking
a chill
about.
pill,
Women
Leo.
voting and getting all into the different workforces and stuff like in
And it was a
special treatment
mess.
for
And it caused
blacks and
inflation and a bunch of other
anti-discrimination
problems.
What do you
Oh!
mean by special treatment? You even said that about trans people, that like we're
Right.
catering to them. What do you
Right.
mean?
What am I
by
supposed to
that?
do here?
catering to where they say all genders.
I
and
knew
has
it was
these
coming.
weird
I knew it
symbols.
was coming.
Catering to them by
Yep. Thank you, Obama. You got us
I'm getting a little bit of
multi-gender
feedback in my
bathrooms.
ear. By going along, by forcing everybody to go along with them and changing their birth certificate and all that stuff. All of this
How are people being forced to go
all of
along
this
with it? I don't know.
I'm not gonna lose my mushroom this
Oh,
time.
you're not aware of, for example, with this.
We got an echo. We got a reverb on Hake's mic.
People are being forced to pretend like that's.
Ooh,
a real,
I almost did it
actual
again.
marriage, when a marriage is between.
Echo-
No, they're not.
Hake
You
is
can
echoing.
pretend it's not a real marriage. It's just that it is.
Wonder
legally.
what's up there.
But you can pretend that
legally
it's
is
not.
different
Yeah,
from what
totally.
it actually is. Because it's not.
Yeah,
actually
but
a
nobody cares. Nobody cares what you think a marriage is. People care about being
If they
legally
didn't,
married.
if they
That's
didn't
why
care,
they get it.
they wouldn't. If they didn't care what I thought,
Then
they
why
wouldn't
would they
turn-
be making
well,
such a
I
big
don't-
deal
I
about
don't
it
think they care what I
constantly?
think. But if they didn't care what people
Let's
thought,
make
then
two
they
different things.
wouldn't
Let's
form a
make
lynching
marriage
mob
and let's
against,
make
like, a
civil
cake maker
unions. If you want the
or
tax
a
benefits and you want the
flower
piece of
maker
paper
or a
and you want to
woman
get
who
married in a
won't
courthouse,
sign their,
that's fine. That's a civil
their
union.
So-called license.
People in dereliction. of their
Anybody
public
can do
duties,
that.
Yeah, that's wrong.
But a marriage is
Well,
a
it's
religious
I beg to differ that that's what that is. but you can call it
institution.
that, of course.
Wait, so
And
should it be
religious
okay
people
for in your? I already
shouldn't be forced to
can
cater
presume what your answer is
to
unfortunately,
degenerate marriages.
But do you think that private businesses should be able to turn people away just because they're black or
Yes.
Jewish?
Yes.
If they want
Well,
to.
Why? So you
Because
believe
it's-
that discrimination
it's their
should
freedom.
be legally permissible?
Yeah,
That's
of
why we
course,
live in
it's a
communist
basic
world
right
now.
Of all people. It's a basic right of all
But
people.
it infringes on the right of other people to
No, it
be
doesn't.
able to go places. Yeah, it does.
No,
So
if
you're
it's
saying
my
that when white
store, if
people
it's my
go
private
to
store
a
and I don't
really cool,
and I want to
like,
be a bigot,
new
and then if
amusement park, but nobody else who's
somebody
not white
in the store
can,
next to
can go
me
in, that's freedom.
allows
When
the black
only
people in, they're
one
going to get
group
more
gets to do a
business, and
thing
my
and
business is going to
nobody
go out
else
of business.
does,
That's how
you're
capitalism
telling me
works. Freedom
that's
to buy,
freedom?
freedom
See,
to
this is the
try,
thing.
freedom to
It's
fail,
not freedom.
Yes, it is.
You
It's
don't
the
believe in
freedom.
freedom to buy,
I
freedom to
do.
try, freedom to
Because
sell,
freedom means
freedom
that
to
everybody
fail.
gets to do the
If
same
you want to
thing. It's not
discriminate against people,
you
your
get to
business is going to
prevent
fail.
everybody from doing the things that you do.
But
That
that's
is
your
not
choice. You
freedom.
have the
I'm
freedom
not
to
preventing
fail.
anybody from doing anything. I don't own
Impingement
any
of freedom.
business.
Yeah, you are.
I think I have to get
Saying
all the
that
way
people
back to
should
the
be
top.
allowed to pick and choose.
This is a
Saying
crazy
who
little
they
jump.
serve publicly is
Yeah.
that exactly. Yeah.
It's a basic right. Why would you want to impose on somebody who's built their business and wants to discriminate however they want to discriminate? Why would you even want to go to a place like
Because
that?
it's
Right.
good
You're
for
gonna
soc-
force
because it's
them to
good
let
for
you in.
society to make sure that businesses
It's good for
can't do that.
society to
No,
let.
it's not. It's not good for society. It's spreading.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
spreading
That's why
suspicion.
society got
Whoa.
better and the economy grew.
That's
and
why
continues
society
to
got
grow
better?
as
I
we,
don't
like,
think society got
increase and
better.
improve
That's
immigration.
That's
The
subjective.
economy grew when we, passed the Civil Rights Act.
Ooh,
the economy
speed
grew after the
strats,
women's suffrage
speed
movement because
strats.
they were actually able to get jobs and all that stuff. Like, yeah, so
Ill-gotten
like this
gain.
stuff is
Ill-gotten
good for
gain.
the economy.
Look at how
Oh, I
miserable
can't get
people
through here.
are with
I have
with
to
all
put
their
it.
money.
Not speed strats.
Teens are more mentally ill
You're
than
wrong.
ever. The
Whoa!
family is a
No!
mess,
No!
and people are crying racism for no reason against whites
Crying
willy-nilly
racism in the
and
Crimea
cops
River.
like crazy.
Willy-nilly.
You can make all the claims that you like.
Hey, what you
but,
know about Willy Vanilli?
The division and the anger in the country.
No!
You can say, oh, they're making more money. It's not all about money.
Oh, that was the
It's
last
about
fight. Dang,
it's
run's
about
over.
it's about a country, and we don't really have
The
a
run's
country,
over.
so it's a mess.
I don't know what that means, but I just because I believe, Hake, you said you only had till 9:45.
Yeah,
We got
we
8
about,
viewers. What's up, guys? Hit the
about
like
40
button.
more
Say
minutes.
hi in the chat.
Okay.
What's
Well,
going on?
what do we have for super chats and questions? Do we have a shit pile, or are we actually doing pretty good?
Well, we got quite a few that could we could launch pad discussions off of to close out.
Okay.
So if you want, we can go into the Q&A now and keep kind of like a loose discussion going as we wind down. Okay.
Sure.
I'm good with that. Could me and Hake have just like a minute or two for just some final statements before we transition?
Yeah.
Well, it
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
supposed to be a transition,
No,
bro.
it's
Why
fine.
are you
I was
controlling
gonna
the?
say, we'll do we'll do up to.
He's
3
saying it wasn't
minutes,
supposed to be
whatever-
question and
whatever
answer
you guys
time.
take there.
He was
So,
just saying they
we'll
could
kick it
go
over to
into
you, Leo,
question
to
and
kinda give
answers.
out your thoughts on the discussion there before we go into Q&A, and then we'll kick it over to Hake.
Sounds good. So I just want to say I rather reiterate. I shared 2 published.
Vivi said if
peer-reviewed
somebody wants to
meta-analyses, one by
stop
one
their
of the most
business from
prestigious
letting somebody
institutions
in,
on the planet, Cornell
then
University,
that lets their competitor
and the largest
capitalize
study
off
ever
of their
done
mistake.
on transgender.
That's
and
what
birth
I
in
was
the
just
US,
saying.
all of which show
Facts.
that gender-affirming care drastically
That's how
reduces
capitalism works.
gender dysphoria, anxiety, depression,
No such thing as a
suicide, substance
protected
abuse,
class.
as does
'Cause
social acceptance.
by implying that
increasing
there's a
social
protected
acceptance.
class,
And these
that
all
means
seem
you're
to
implying
align
that there's
fully,
victimhood and oppression and
more
oppressor.
and I could
It's
even lay
Marxist.
it out with Bayesian calculus if I needed to.
I don't know what
the-
you
the-
want
the
from me, level.
probability that we would
Oh, you know what
see
it is? You know what it
drastic
is? Check this out.
reductions in substance abuse, depression, anxiety, all that stuff that I mentioned, and improvements in the quality of life with gender-affirming care and social acceptance is much more probable, given that these people are genuine and legitimate
No!
about who
Oh,
they
I
say
was
they
trying
are,
to get a little bit of run.
than if
I don't think
they
that's
weren't.
right. I don't think
So,
that's right.
I think that the data clearly aligns with the position that I've been defending. And we didn't really see literally any data from Hake, just a lot of hand waving and rhetoric about how, haha, well, those studies.
Stop saying rhetoric.
Again, I don't care. Nobody does. I understand you're not a
Oh
data-driven
my God.
individual. I am.
Data-driven
That's how
individual.
humans got to where we are now, because we look at the data and we
No.
make decisions. We understand
Humans
reality
got
may not
where we are
always
now by learning
comport
how to
what
chop
we
wood
think
and make
what
fire
our
and
intuitions
hunt
tell us.
and
And that's
garden
why
and
we
eat
have
and build
methods
buildings.
like science.
They didn't get that from
and
I
like
know,
peer
I know,
review.
I know
And
that
according to
shape
those
of the
methodologies
galaxy
applied in
some physics and
accurate,
stuff.
meaningful, and consistent ways, the data concludes that accepting these people for who they are and
The only reason we got this
providing
smart is
them
because
the
we
care
got
that they
we
need
got
improves their lives.
complacent.
And I don't know about
Life
hate.
got
It
easy.
doesn't sound like
So
it.
now we
but
can focus on learning about
improving
useless stuff
people's lives.
and
I
being,
want people's
you know,
lives to
more
be better.
intellectual.
And that includes trans people. How much time do I have left? There was just a couple.
What am I
more
supposed to
things I wanted
do?
say, but I don't want to.
You're fine.
Oh!
Yeah, if
We got
James is
35
all good with it, then if you want to wrap up in just one more minute.
I don't know what to
Okay,
do.
yeah. So I'm gonna test everybody's analogical thinking quickly to really kind of.
What does that even
frame
mean,
this.
bro?
So I hope you can think.
I ain't doing
your
no
analogical
analogical
thinking is up to
thinking.
par.
What is this?
wasn't
I'm not a
meant for
clock with
anybody.
hands
But
tick.
I often say that I am, and it's not just me, but I am
Not just me.
the Lorax,
The Lorax?
and I speak for the trees.
What?
And right now,
The f is he talking about?
they're sitting
He said he's the
at the
Lorax?
edge of the forest.
What is this, Dr. Seuss world?
They're
Whoa!
sharpening their axes, and they're filling their chainsaws with fuel. And we're watching them do it.
I was trying to recover it,
And
guys. I was trying to
some
recover
people,
it.
most people
I
are
tried to
ignoring
throw
it,
the
but not
spring.
me.
And do a spring
And
jump.
with every draw
midair.
of the whetstone across that blade, with every drop
I feel
of
like I
fuel that
need
falls
this
into that
mushroom.
tank,
Like
I
they want me to have this mushroom.
will get louder about what is happening, because I will
This
not
level
let them
sucks.
clear cut the forest
1 minute is up.
like they tried to do 90-something odd years ago. Because I
Cut
am
the forest? What's he
Lorax,
talking? Oh my god, this
and
guy.
I speak for the trees.
What is this guy talking about?
All right, excellent. Yeah.
That was
there's a metaphor
dumb.
for everybody. I think to close out Leo's main argument.
Not a good metaphor. Not a good metaphor.
But as somebody who gets by using a chainsaw, I mean, Leo, you coming at me, man? Like, what's happening here? Yeah. Anyways.
As long as you don't cut down the trees.
Just the ones that grow where people don't want them. Anyways, I'm gonna go over to Hake now. I'm so sorry. I don't want to distract from your point.
There's plenty of
I just
trees.
thought that'd be funny.
Mr.
So,
Beast
Hake,
planted
kick it
plenty
over
of
to
trees
you
for everybody.
we'll give you up to 4 minutes there to close out your thoughts.
We're gonna be
thank you.
fine.
This reminds me a little bit of my modern day debate con appearance a year or so ago.
This level
in
sucks.
Dallas, I believe it was. I talked with Destiny, Stephen Manel, and T-Jump and Amy Newman, who's one
Dang,
of
hey,
your
Doxy.
guest moderators on Modern Day Debate. And
If I go fast
they
here,
told me, just like Leophilius told me,
Leophilius.
that, the people who are thinking that they're so-called transgender, their sense of well-being
Woo!
is improved by so-called transitioning.
I think you could almost just fly over the whole top.
which is
My
what that
buttons
is.
are not good because
Treating
this
the
controller is
surface-level
crap.
symptoms. Scientists are shallow.
Based.
It's very short-sighted, and
Now you could be a
very few ever
deep spiritual scientist, but for the
another
most
way,
part,
the other way, the real way.
the more
Including even the
intellectualism
Christians.
you
Like I
have,
said, they have a caricature
the more
of
it
what
takes away from your
Christians
common sense
do
or your
and are
wisdom.
about, and partly it's because Christians are a
You can
caricature
be
of real
intelligent
life
without
rather than
being an
living
intellectual.
real life. So it's two fakes pointing at each other's fakeness.
Intelligence and
blind
intellectualism are
leading
two
the
different
blind
things. I went
on
the wrong
both-
way.
on many sides.
This is a speed run. I love speed
I do
runs. Let's
say
go.
stay
Is
in
it
the prayer-
auto?
the
Do we
prayer
just hold
pod,
right?
or go back
Hold right
into
and run. Nope, we gotta
um,
jump.
Stop
Look
judging
at that
yourself and
jump. What kind
others.
of level is this?
And I say that for all people. Destiny, Stephen Manel, once I heard him make a deep point.
Deep.
Incidentally, he's sort of
What
liberal,
the? He's sort of liberal.
that people try to define themselves based on what they get into
Yeah.
or just things that they do, and he says that that's a mistake, and I totally agree.
I like
Just
Mario. I'm gonna start being Mario gender.
Suicide happens because people believe their thoughts and get into their thoughts and feelings and emotions and listen to the voices in their head thinking that it's them. It's not them. It's Satan possessed. Most people are possessed. All people probably are.
Come on,
I
level.
hear many times the people who try to commit suicide.
Is this a
regret
10-second
the moment
level?
they
Yes.
Jump off the bridge, for example. JLP interviewed a guy who jumped off the Golden Gate
Gosh.
Bridge and regretted it, rolled up into a ball, and somehow he survived. Broke a bunch of bones. We have more scientific knowledge and advanced medication than any time.
Let's beat
in
that level.
recent history.
And then I'm gonna
I
have a
think.
quick break.
And more mentally ill teens and mentally ill so-called women. I think mental illness is the wrong word for it. It's a spiritual death. that
Spiritual
people are
illness,
living in.
spiritual weakness.
And there's anger and hatred between men and women, between the races, inside of so-called families. I say so-called because most families are not families. It's not a man and woman married with their children.
It's some
ruckus
nasty
to begin
mess.
with before they even start. So maybe following the science isn't such a wise thing after all, but an empty slogan. The science yields knowledge, and again, not wisdom. And you heard Leophilius.
Theo
say he doesn't
Lilius.
care about wisdom, with regard to this.
He doesn't. He doesn't
topic,
have any
but
wisdom.
I think this topic requires wisdom.
He seeped his
to
life.
Yeah, you can look at all the data. You can
Stats
look at all
and
the
facts
studies.
and
These
data
are
and
done
studies.
by a bunch of liberals.
Yeah.
And
Biased.
who or why is this thing so promoted and
Biased and predetermined.
encouraged that it's become such a
This
thing
level's
that
ridiculous.
people have fallen into. So
I gotta focus.
Modern science is amazing.
It's just
but today,
jumping at the right time.
It's helping people live longer, and I'm not for helping people. I'm for people helping themselves.
What is the
make your own
spiritual
life
death?
better.
It's when you realize you're not
Excellent. And just
in
to remind
control.
everybody that both of our guests are linked in the description. We're going to kick right into
You
our
let go and you
Q&A.
let God.
If you wanna...
Before we do that, can I clarify my analogy just like really like 15 seconds?
This
I
level's
think
redonkulous,
actually
bruh.
that analogy got lost on some people in the chat.
Yep,
Come
15
on.
seconds.
And it's another quote from the book. If you know the book from Dr. Seuss, this quote should put in
I don't want to.
context
I don't
why
care
chose
about your
the
stupid
Lorax
Lorax
as the analogy.
quote, bruh.
Unless someone like you cares a whole lot, nothing is going to get better.
What the?
It's not.
What is this guy talking
All
about?
right. Let's kick it over into our Q&A, and we'll continue right along there. And thank you you so much for both of our
What am I doing
speakers for
wrong?
being here this evening and having this discussion. It's a hot topic, and you know, some people
Oh
don't
my
want to touch
God.
it with a 20-foot pole. So, Leo Phileas and James Hake, wonderful to have you here this evening.
Was Dr. Seuss a
to,
bigot who
talk
got
about this.
canceled?
So,
Yeah.
Corey Clark,
Wasn't Dr.
one
Seuss
of
a
our
bigot who
members
got
last month
canceled?
here says for $5, Leo, if I
That's
if I
funny.
say I'm a 200-year-old vampire, they'll throw me. If I say I'm a 200-year-old vampire, they'll
Throw you in a
me in
loony
psych
bin.
ward for mental illness. How is it different saying you're female when it doesn't match reality?
Well, that's because it does match reality. Because
No, it
trans
doesn't.
People are a part of reality, and
Well, so are
200-year-old
vampires,
are
bro.
not.
All right, I want to
That's the
debate this
thing.
guy. I want to
One is
debate this
real,
guy about the
one is
existence
not.
of vampires.
Has existed for thousands
Succubuses.
of years in society. One
Hemo.
has not.
What's it called? What's the
Pulling out
deficiency where you
these-
gotta
these,
suck? You gotta drink blood. You have a
arguments from
hemoglobin
absurdity,
deficiency.
where one absurdifies.
I saw it in an
the
episode of
position
CSI.
in
It's
an
a real
attempt
thing.
to argue against it rather than actually arguing against it. It just shows that there isn't really much of an
Come
argument
on!
to be made. So I guess I'll leave it there.
Awesome.
I mean, I agree. It's kind of not. There isn't much of an argument. Men are men, women are women, and then the trans people are into.
I said vampires are real.
Men are men and
Something else.
trans women are women.
This guy's telling me my identity is
Anyway.
not real. Said
All right,
James
well,
McDougal.
let's continue on. Some people in the live chat, I think, Cheryl, your chat's disappearing quickly on me, though. They say vampires
Come
are real.
on.
So, yeah, maybe that's a debate to have in the future. I'm not sure if there are people that believe that vampires are real, but if you
Oh
do,
my God.
definitely send us a message.
What's
If you
it
do,
called?
this channel will host you. That's for sure.
Maybe. I was going to say, I'm not sure about that. We'll find out. So, spoiler alert, $5. Thanks for being here again. Leo Phileas began by quoting Martin
Porphyria
Muller?
is sometimes referred to as the vampire
What's that?
disease. Consider
Does
the
Leo
symptoms of
speak
patients
out
with
against the growing
porphyria,
anti-white sentiment
sensitive
we
to
see
sunlight,
in our
extreme
society
sensitive to
and
sunlight, leading to facial
institutions?
disfigurement.
No, I don't speak
Blackened
out against
skin, hair
non-existent
growth.
things.
The vampire myth
Oh, Lord.
originated with
Are
a
you serious?
real blood disorder.
Yep.
No, I'm saying you don't see that.
Yeah,
there's
no.
a
Over the last
porphyria.
600 years, the world was built by white Western European men for white Western European men. But their ancestors are being targeted in places where they still hold most.
Somebody
of the
probably
power.
said it in
Most
chat.
wealthy people are white people. White people have on average, or rather, black people have on average 10% of the wealth of white people in the United States. There's been studies that have shown that juries still target black people with harsher crimes than white people, with harsher penalties than white people for black people, even when similar
It's a
people
10
with
second
no
level.
criminal record who did the same exact crime. They have shown that people with black sounding names,
Oh my
or
God, all you have to
effectively
do-
non-white sounding names, don't get callbacks and don't get it.
Hey, JLP said he don't hire nobody with a black sounding name. On Larry Elder. Larry Elder got mad.
Interviews as often when they submit job applications, but it's white men who are being targeted. Yes, that's what all of the data shows us. But again, hate doesn't care.
Larry
about
Elder
data
was like,
because when it's against almost every aspect of
What
your
the
worldview,
Jesse?
why would you?
Yo.
No, those things are not against
Nice.
any
Got it.
aspect of my worldview.
Got 'em.
Those things, a lot of them make sense. A lot of them are quite. You're giving cherry picked things. It sounds like you're bringing up some supposed wrongs to justify other wrongs against whites. It
Right,
sounds like
but
you're
there aren't
closing
any.
your eyes to the hatred and malice towards whites who, by and large, they built the Western
All right.
world and
Is there other levels
made
I
life
didn't
better
beat?
for
What's
everybody,
this?
including blacks and Indians and everybody else,
Indians?
women and
Well, that's
everything.
not true.
Yes, it is. They've never had it so good than here. Then and now because they're being
Data
weak
shows
and
64%
catering and
of
false guilt,
transitions
they're spoiling-
trans are
they're spoiling
depressed.
the people, and they're getting because they're weak, they're getting hated. They're inviting.
Well,
hatred.
depression's not real either,
Well,
so.
everybody in the
You
live
said,
chat.
did you say you don't care? Okay.
Yeah, let's.
No, I'm just saying. I said okay, but no, I don't care about
Right.
non-existent problems.
All right. Well, I would say to the two of you, I know.
Don't let the dinosaurs go extinct, guys.
No, why did I do
know
this?
We'd had some prior discussions, so I know the debate topic there, or the live chat is kind of hinting at something that we were talking about potentially debating. So you can let us know in the live chat if you want to hear these fellas talk more on race. But we're going to continue on from here. And you let us know in the live chat if that's something you'd like to see. So, One-Eyed Heathen for $2 said, for Hake, who is they?
They, when I say they are promoting the transgender.
The globalist elites, the children of the lie, the sons and daughters of Satan, the liberals, the Democrats, the commies, the establishment, big pharma, the media, industrial complex, warmongers, rhinos.
In high places around
That's
the world,
they.
in America, and in the home. And so it's basically anybody who follows Satan. And actually, honestly, many of the Christians are falling into the fighting thing, and that's when it's evil fighting evil, evil wins. So, what a shame.
All right.
What a shame.
I'm
What a
sorry.
shame.
I have to. How can somebody how can somebody be both a capitalist and an anti-capitalist in the same sense at the same time?
Oh, you're not aware that communists use capitalism as a stepping stone to communism?
That's not an answer to my question. That's a question. How can somebody be
Same place I died
both a
2 times in the
capitalist
thing.
and an anti-capitalist in the same sense at the same time?
Commie capitalist, you mean?
Gift with regards to the giver.
When I say commie capitalist,
I'll ask it one more time.
All right.
No problem, D.
How can somebody be both a capitalist and an anti-capitalist in the same sense at the same time?
Gotta get to work. You gotta get the work done,
Just
you
like
know?
somebody can be a man and think he's a woman. Somebody who's led by Satan doesn't care what tool he uses, whether it's capitalism or communism or global homonism or nationalism.
Global homonism.
I haven't heard
whatever
global homo since 1983, and I wasn't even alive in
Wait, global homogeneity is a fairly new concept. I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, let us continue on. We got quite a few super chats coming in. We're welcome to keep taking them, but we're going to have to keep it short unless something has changed with your scheduling. Hake, we're going to try to keep it right on time for you. All right?
Appreciate that.
No problem at all.
Hake got bed. Hake got to get to bed. It's bedtime, bro.
I got to scroll back up. Oh, there we go. Sam.
This level's crazy.
First live chat. Enjoy y'all modern day debate. Well, we enjoy you being here, Sam F. For Hake, should male presenting biologically female folks follow you or your hypothetical daughter to the bathroom? So
we'll still think it's freaking 20.
And you had somebody who
2001 or something. We're still doing word towers.
Female. Would you want them to follow you or your daughter?
What year is
into
this?
The bathroom?
Somebody was asking this in the chat. I would say me because, well, I don't have a daughter at this point, but I would say me because I'm an adult male who can hopefully take care of myself, protect myself, and so I would say me, I guess. But it's interesting. That's partly why I'm not
what was the question?
Presenting or trying to pass or not being passing, because it's best. I don't want to say that they should all go into like the mental asylum or something, but
I keep dying at the same thing
because I don't
pay attention.
But I truly encourage the closet. People think, oh, push them back into the closet. That's such a horrible thing to say. I think it's love. So,
yeah, keep it to
given
yourself.
That here,
keep your bedroom weirdness to yourself.
Follow me.
And work on overcoming
Get
it.
in that closet. Get
You're
down
not gonna.
on your knees.
You're not gonna
You don't
overcome
have
it
to
by.
Say, please.
All right, let's not. Let's.
You're not gonna overcome it by
discussion, despite
normalizing.
But it's the trans coming for your children.
Being
Just
enabled by everybody.
All right.
I didn't say the trans were. I said Sleepy Joe is doing that too because he's for that stuff. He's promoting all of that degeneracy on the kids. So it's evil. I mean, your own mother does the most evil to you early on in your life. So
just like those evil Jews and their blood libels that they do with our
Why does he
Christian boys. I presume you're against that, hey? How these Jews need our good Christian boys are good white Christian boys to
What is this
for
guy
their blood
talking
libels,
about,
for their
dude?
rituals that they do, evil satanic rituals.
I don't know what blood libel is, but if they're doing that,
Oh yeah,
that's
that evil thing that the evil Jews do. That they
This
Let's-
guy is
Christian
psycho,
boys
Let's
do,
try
dude.
to
are good
keep.
white Christian boys.
Let's try to keep moving. Just
This
because.
guy is
of the
weird.
channel, I
He's weird.
disavow your statements.
Well, let's keep moving, just because if we want to have another
right.
discussion
disavow
about
yours.
social, political, or any of those discussions, we can have that brought up afterwards. But where we got times constraints,
Leo
today, we're gonna
Philus
try
is
to
a
keep
weirdo.
things, moving along.
He's
and
brought
try to
up
keep things
Jews like
amicable
20
if we
times in the
can.
conversation.
Everybody in the live chat there.
It's like Freddy.
I see you. I'm always watching. Weird like that. All right, so let's continue on. Jupiter Darman, member for 6 months. Thank
This
you so
guy's
much
an
for your
alright
super
mod.
chat and your membership.
Usually I don't like whenever they have
Biological male
different
baby
mods other
requires
than
an X
James.
chromosome from the father in order to become male XY.
This guy's alright.
Mary got pregnant without a father. Is Jesus our trans savior? That's for you, Hake.
Oh my god, I hate when people
No,
say
he's
stuff
not.
like that. It's so dumb.
Apologize. I am remiss. I was looking at the chat and distracted, but I gathered that there was some details about chromosomes, and then the Virgin Mary had Jesus, and it was, does that make him transgender because he didn't have
Chromosomes.
Joseph's chromosomes?
I think they're
He had
trying to
God's-
present the transgender dilemma that comes from Clubhouse. I know the people who started it. I can present it in an easier to understand,
Okay,
like
yeah,
the
go.
actual dilemma.
All
So the dilemma is that either Jesus identified as male prior to his incarnation, in which case physical form, i.e. biology, is not necessary for
God.
identity as a male, in which case transgender identities would be legitimized. Or it's the case that Jesus was not male prior to his incarnation into a physical body, in which case he would have transitioned from some
What are they
agender
talking?
or
This is some
non-gender
demonic.
state
I hear
into a
Satan
gendered
talking.
state, in which case gender transitions are legitimized. So either way you slice it, you can't transgender.
No, you didn't
people are
clear it up at
legitimized, and
all.
that is the transgender Jesus dilemma. It's not saying that Jesus. Well, I guess if you take the second one, it would suppose that Jesus is transgender in a sense.
That's cute.
But that's the dilemma, yes.
Yeah, that's cute.
And I also wanted to clarify for the chat because apparently they're.
All right, 15
I
seconds.
can't say it like Bosch would say it because I'll get in trouble. But they didn't catch on to the obvious sarcasm I was using to draw a parallel between the rhetoric that James was using and the rhetoric that was
That
used
Hitler
by people
was
in, say,
using.
1933 against a
Ad
particular
Hitlerian.
demographic of people rather than 2023. So because people in the chat couldn't catch on, I have to explain that. I thought that would have been obvious, but I was wrong.
That's
Ad
funny.
Hitlerian.
What are you, if
Spicy.
you don't mind my asking, Leophilius?
What do you mean?
Like
What do you mean?
race?
Like, are you asking me if I'm an
nationality, all
atheist
that
or a
stuff?
theist or well, I've got Irish in me. I've got German. I believe some Polish, some Trinidadian, some Native American. That's all as far as I know.
That's busy.
Busy.
Oh, yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
people
I
got
heard.
a lot of genetic lines, so
That's
we'll
busy.
continue on from there. It definitely sounds like you guys got more to talk about on social political things, so like I said, we'll definitely hit you guys up for more of that. But
I think
let's
after this
move
we're
on.
gonna watch.
Zion Talks. Thanks for being here.
I'll leave this
Zion.
playing. I'll be right back.
Always
After
good to
this, we'll
see you
play
here.
the video of
$5.
JLP with
Good job,
Red Pill
Leo.
Lions.
All right, Ozion's a fan. Of
I already watched it,
Leo.
but we'll watch
He's
it.
been on the
Oh yeah,
channel a
I know.
lot,
Is
and-
that how it's actually said? Ozion?
I mean, I think I asked him if it's Ozian or Ozion, and he was like, eh. Say
Okay,
whatever.
because I always thought it was Ozian. So I'm just gonna start saying Ozion because that sounds cooler. It sounds way cooler.
You have
But
three,
yeah, I know who he is. He's
three
a good guy.
pronunciations now. You have three Ozion or Ozian or Ozion, whatever you said. All right, let's continue on because we got limited
Osmosis
time.
Jones.
Good job, Leo. So he's a fan of your commentary there, Leo. Hey, should transgender people be discriminated against in housing, jobs, and education for merely being trans?
It's up to the person who's hiring. The person who owns his own business should be able to be very discriminating in how he hires and all that stuff. And the people who own the property that they have, they should be allowed to discriminate based on anything. And for to answer directly about being to answer directly about being the transgender, let's say common decency. Forget about laws. Common decency says size them up to see if they're gonna be like trouble or if they're gonna be not so much of a problem. But it's hard to know. It's hard to find good tenants these days.
All right.
Discrimination.
Okay, let's continue on this. You had like 15 seconds there, Leo.
Yeah, I was just going to say good old discrimination, the thing that caused the lynching of God knows how many black people, the enslavement of black people, the segregation of black people, the fucking genocide of 10 million Jewish people from the face of the planet. Gotta love it, right? That was sarcasm, by the way, chat. That was sarcasm at the end there. Just want to let you know.
Did you have any comments on that, James? Do you want to continue?
No, I mean, there's a right and wrong way to discriminate, of course. You don't. There was a lot of this lynching stuff is overblown because it was for alleged, rape, murder, theft, and theft was sometimes a
when you find the nearest black person and say he did it because he's black, let's hang him. Yep.
Right. I wouldn't be for.
Of course, the best way to do justice.
I'm
is
not
to point
for,
at the nearest person who doesn't look like you and say they did it and hang them. Yep.
Yeah.
Works great.
Yeah, hello. I'm not for false accusations like Black Lives Matter is doing to the whites nowadays. Of course, I'm for rule by law, but nowadays the courts are so corrupt. It's no wonder they form these crazy lynch mobs because the courts are corrupt. So what a shame.
All right, well, let's continue on there. Where that was for you, Hake. Lord BB for $5. We're not gonna read your super chat. Sorry, man. We're gonna continue on. You got lots of good super chats there, so we will read at least one of them. But we're not reading anything insulting our speakers or any dog whistly stuff. So everybody in the live chat, just keep yourselves calm. All right. Brian Williams, member for 2 months. Thank you so much for $2. 2 months and $2. Thank you so much. Hake, do you have any close LGBTQ friends or family?
I had a neighbor who turned out that way. Turned out into that, yeah. What a mess.
Family members? Well, I had a neighbor. I actually have a stepbrother who is gay, so I have like actual family members, not just this guy I know who lived next to me who turned out that way.
All right, well, let's continue on.
It's not
then.
what he is. He isn't. Your stepbrother isn't gay. He's just into that.
All right,
yeah,
I think we've
he's gay.
I think we've
He's
answered
into
that
that.
question there as far as related to Hake's experience. So, Bubblegum Gun, thank you for being here again for $5. Leo, on what basis of reality are identities affirmed on, since it's not biological or physical, it is merely symbolic of your struggle against reality?
Well, I didn't say that. I don't know where he's getting that from. So what are specifically gender identities or just human identities broadly? I need to know specifically, so I'll just break it down. Human identities broadly, it just depends on that particular identity. You've got religious identities, ethnic identities, national identities, gender identities, sexual orientation. Each one of those is going to find its roots, so to speak, probably in maybe tangentially related but different aspects of a person. I would say, however, that I think a lot of these are largely going to be informed by sociocultural norms of the time and a variety of those aspects that play into it. I think things like, gender identity or rather gender expression, religion, all those stuff are usually sociocultural, morality, that stuff.
Let's see here. Caught in the Middle, $10. Thanks for being here again, Caught in the Middle.
Hey.
Can't wait to host you again, buddy. That was a lot of fun last time you were on. Someone says, this is his comment, someone says, I feel like I'm in the army, yet they've never been in the army. Yet they believe they feel what it's like to be in the army. Do they really feel like they're in the army?
I'm going
Question
to say
mark?
you're not doing that
No
bad.
is Caught in the Middle's answer. So we're going to put that over to you, Leo, for 2
You're
minutes.
scared of alligators.
Well,
I'm not scared of
plus, you haven't
alligators.
had the experience. They haven't had.
That's
the
not a good
experience
roast because
of
it's not
being
true.
In the military.
I'll jump on an
But people who
alligator.
are
I'll take an
transgender have the
alligator
experience
down.
of being transgender because they're fucking transgender. So,
about?
you don't live a certain way, or if you don't have certain lived experiences, you're not going to know about certain things.
No, that's not true. I've never played
So
football
I don't
in a
understand
league,
why this is
and I
hard.
know that a
If
fumble is
serving
bad.
in
I know the
military
rules of
is
football.
the same as your gender identity now? Is that?
I've never been in an octagon, but I
Yeah,
still watch
well,
MMA,
maybe
and I
I'm not
know
right, but
how
what
MMA
is even the
works.
point?
I
know
feel
if
this
somebody
might be a
screws
point of
up.
agreement between you and
I know
James
when they're
at this
wrong,
point.
and I know when they did
Okay,
right. When they
how
knock somebody
how
out
you
in the
think
first
of
round, I know
how you
that that
feeling
was
on
right.
there, James?
I
Thoughts on
think that
When they screw up and they get caught,
not the one
I know
having a
they
hard
did
time
wrong.
with this, because
I don't have to have been in an octagon and be a UFC fighter to know
man
any of that.
doesn't know what
Woo,
it
this
feels
is a
like to be
crazy
woman,
level.
but he may
That was
feel
kind of
like he's a
cool,
woman.
actually.
That means that he's in
Tough
his
little,
imagination
tough
and
little
thoughts and
maneuver.
feelings.
I can't. Oh,
And
wow.
maybe he has some
wow.
biological
Wow.
mess going on
Wow.
in his brain and his body too, of course, because the mind is very powerful. To
That
affect
slide
the body.
under the.
The mind is very powerful to destroy
Yes.
or build the body. So
Also,
he's making the point that these people who think
I'm
that
surprised they didn't
a
bring up
woman
brain scans.
is
I'm surprised
you know,
Leo didn't bring up
in their
brain scans
imagination.
because then I would have rebutted. That's just neuroplasticity.
So maybe not a point of agreement. You know,
If
I
you
was
think
hopeful.
you're depressed and you live your life as if
maybe-
you are
maybe
depressed, you
stumbled
believe
upon
you're
something
depressed,
yourself. Let's
your brain
continue on.
scans will reflect that of a
Lord
depressed
BB,
person.
I'm just gonna read the first half of your comment here.
Oh, I'm dead.
I censor his stuff too sometimes.
Well, you know, I read more of his comments for sure.
Oh my God.
I like him. He's a great guy, but sometimes he's spicy or something like that. I don't know.
Sometimes he's
I
spicy
was gonna
Or a
say
or
this.
something
Yeah,
like
this
that.
guy is burritos. You know, in the morning after a bad night. Anyways, no, I'm kidding.
Whoa.
Lord BB, we appreciate
Lord
all
BB.
of your-
Apparently, my analogies are so spicy, people can't handle them.
So yeah, as I say, hot sauce right there.
Just
Your
saying.
ghost pepper analogies. I'm sorry. So Lord BB,
I mean, it's high up on the Scoville, you know.
I'm sorry. We do have to keep moving.
Lord BB,
Leo,
he keeps
why
calling him
do
Lord
you keep
BB.
bringing up race.
Yo, I'm always gonna call him Lord
I
BB.
was just
from
say
now on.
I'll just add context just because just because of the context of the conversation.
Lord
So he's asking
BB
why
is
you
sending
brought up
$30
race in
worth
the
of super
conversation
chats and they
about
don't even
trans,
read them.
identities.
Lord BB, come spend that money over here. I'll read your
Oh,
super chats.
Analogically, the same thing I was
Damn it.
doing with Jewish people that the same people in the chat apparently couldn't catch on to, and how the kind of rhetoric that has been used against Jewish people
Rhetoric,
and against
rhetoric,
black people
rhetoric.
is being recycled once again by primarily conservatives and traditionalists again against trans people. That's the point of me bringing it up, because I'm drawing analogies against saying black people are degenerate and their music is going to corrupt our children and they're going to rape our white daughters. Won't you think of the children? And people saying transgender people are legitimate and these they're coming for our children and they're going to rape our children, and won't you think of the children? And how they said that Jewish people they're coming for our Christian boys for their blood libels because they're evil, and won't you think of the children? Because they have all said that about all of these people.
God,
It's an
calm
analogy.
down,
Holy
bro.
shit, you think people could catch on to this?
I caught on to that, but it's interesting that you bring up the Nazi stuff when we all know that communism
Killed
communists,
more
which
than
is what
60
you're
million
spouting,
to 11 million,
regardless of
supposedly.
Well, I'm not a
values are.
communist, so
I know,
I'm
but
not.
You're
a
spouting
useful idiot
communist views.
for evil.
You're a useful idiot for evil.
It
Yes,
no,
let's
I'm
go.
Has no value.
You are one of
puts no
Marx's
value
useful
on-
idiots, bud.
on lives. You're for the
Yes, it does.
so-called
I believe in
transgenders.
improving them. You don't.
You're,
You
right,
go
you
along with
improve your own
the
life.
you're a
But you're for the
pawn
Well,
of
no,
the
improving
system
life
of
is
communism,
This is not
of
good for them.
Marxism.
You're for the
Except that it is.
I don't know if the babies. It's marginally better for them in certain ways, maybe.
It drastically
than
improves
than
their
for-
quality of life.
Drastically,
bro.
you say marginally.
Yes, as the
compared to the-
studies
compared
have
to normal
empirically
people.
demonstrated.
Okay,
And-
this
and
auto scroll
communism
part
has
in the
killed
beginning is unnecessary.
Far more than the Nazis did. And again, like babies who
Nazis
dying
were
like
National
crazy when they were
Socialists, so
babies.
they're not that
you guys
different
don't
than
really care. And
commies.
he's denying the attack on whites, so he's a blind person.
These are straw men.
National
Let's continue on
socialism
because
is
we
not
definitely
that
have
far off
discussion,
from communism.
maybe next month between you fellas. James, my
And Hitler
understanding is
did
we only have
support
4 more
Marx.
minutes.
Well, he did
Yeah, I
believe
I got it.
Marxism.
Quarter till.
All right, we're gonna finish up all your super chats then that were related to you without interruption here, okay? And then we'll wrap up Leo's and let you speak for the next couple minutes to close out all your thoughts, okay? Let me just comb through here.
Sorry,
See,
I cussed.
I am specifically trying to grab one for you.
What the fudge?
Do.
You know, while you're looking, it's interesting that like the mama spirit, which is what Leo has,
yes,
is far more destructive. It has messed up the black boys, raised them to be thugs, and is messing up the people who think that they're transgender. They have the mama spirit in them, and that's why they're mostly men turning into women.
Five! Yo, what's over there?
Are you trying to get our
hold on.
To send us like 40 more super chats? I was gonna say you gotta go, my friend.
I'm about to just launch.
But
I'm launching.
It's kind
Failure
of an
to launch.
important point. It was a lull, so I wanted to bring up that point because this false love that he's portraying, which he may really feel it and all that stuff, is misguided and very destructive. This improving people's lives and helping them is hurting them.
Yep.
It's enabling evil.
Yep.
All right. Well, let me
check this out.
As you've said that, I have found the last super chat that is directed.
What
to
am I
both
doing?
of you, so we'll kick it over to Leo
whatever.
for
I'm just
30
gonna.
seconds,
I'm not.
and then we're
I
gonna
don't
let
care about the
James
run. I'm just gonna
close
cheese
out
this
all
level.
his thoughts, and he can choose to drop out of the line whenever he chooses. So thank you everybody for your super chats and everything like that. For Hake here, he'll definitely be back. And thank you, James, for being here and having this discussion. So I'm going to bring up our last super chat for both of you, and then we got a few for Leo to close out the show.
Stubborn one sending me all the info on fake nukes. We're going to talk about fake nukes on Monday.
Are we affirming Gnostics were correct in assuming the
Stubborn one sending me all the info right now.
Sacred than the material.
He just sent me I said, yo, send me all the information you have on why nukes are fake.
That's a question.
He just sent me like 13 messages.
There's a question for both of you. By affirming trans identities, are
Let's
we
go.
affirming Gnostics were correct in assuming the immaterial is far
like
more
that?
sacred
Yes, like that.
than the material?
We skip all that. Yeah. We're doing that. We're cheesing it. We're cheesing it.
I don't know anything.
Forget
about
the run.
Gnostics.
Forget the run. We're cheesing.
I just got to say.
I think what they're trying to say there is
God, this guy is so cringe.
Beyond the Gnostics point, I think they're saying, are we assuming that things that we think in our brain that aren't, immediately physical are more sacred than the things that are physical? So I think less that's what
sacred.
they're trying to say here.
I think it's important to remember that we are not our bodies. People identify with their bodies, and it's very destructive. And, when something goes wrong, then they go crazy.
Yes, we cheesed it. We cheesed it.
So in a sense, yes, that's an important point, but I wouldn't say that that's a reason to affirm the false identities that we bring on ourselves, whether it's transgender or black or.
See, Hake is deep. This dude is just
Jewish or whatever.
He has all the stats and the statistics and the data, but it's shallow.
Any closing remarks there, James?
I don't
doesn't
know
have
what
any
the
unique
Gnostics-
individual
I don't know what the
concepts
Gnostics have to
or
do
thought.
with trans people. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay, I could tell by kind of the look on your face, I didn't think you had too much input on that one. But James, do you have any closing remarks? I'll give you 2 minutes here to kind of close out what you feel and what you think about everything that transpired this evening.
Woo.
I enjoyed talking with Leo Phileas. Appreciate you, man.
Woohoo!
Thank you, Ryan.
Oh, I hate
And
precision.
Shout out to the chat and Modern Day Debate, James Kuntz. Great channel.
Am I going backwards because I cheesed
don't know
it?
whether I should have tried my best to play
And I
along.
think
It
that's
was,
I think that's actually cheesable too,
with
right there.
the,
You could
defining
skip that part.
masculinity thing. Some people were hung up on that, and I don't know. I don't know if it's important to that, but I really enjoyed talking with you, Leo, and
I think there's
hope to
even
talk
more.
to you guys
I
again
think there's even
sometime.
more cheese in this level than what we
I'm
found.
the host of the Hake Report, thehakereport.com.
No,
Jesse Lee Peterson's
no,
Network. Y'all need church with Jesse Lee
no.
Peterson. Rebuildingtheman.com/church.
Y'all motherfuckers need Jesus.
And if you're feeling transgender,
Why are you
don't
going to
have
interrupt
listen to that feeling.
Hake's
And if you're
outro?
feeling threatened by the transgenders or annoyed at them, you don't have to go with those feelings. It's not good. Feelings are very destructive. You know, there was a transgender who shot.
Is wrong.
There was a purported transgender who allegedly shot up a Christian school in Nashville, Tennessee. Oddly, we don't know the motive or haven't seen the manifesto. Purportedly, there was a manifesto. But anger causes mass shootings.
Oh, what happened?
And they're responding with anger, trying to go after the guns and.
Oh, I beat it.
trans
We got to go back
identities and all
and
that
get a
stuff.
world record on that level
Anger is
because I
not
think
the
there's
solution.
more.
It's feeding the symptoms that you're suffering from.
Bump,
Thanks,
bump,
guys.
bump. That's a hard
All right,
jump.
thank
I
you
have
so
just
much.
one. Like, it's a really quick question for
Yeah,
James. Like super quick.
Super
Do you
quick.
love black people?
If I love anybody, I love black people. Yes.
Okay. Yes. See.
Yeah.
Amazing.
See?
All right. Sorry. I had
No!
to.
Not so bad, don't you know?
Shout out to the black people.
All right. Well,
Oh.
thank you so much, James.
I
for
think you
being
could have
here.
got over that without
I don't want to keep you any longer. It's 3 minutes over your time, but we always have a great time when you're on. So hope y'all see you again. And
All right.
Yeah, have a great evening, my friend.
Thank you. I'm
Take
kind
it
of a
easy, Kate.
boomer. Thank you, man. What'd you say?
I just said take it easy.
Okay, take care. I'm kind of a boomer, so I'm gonna have to leave.
Nah,
the
he
screen.
said
You can
something
kick me
whack.
off or I'll kick myself off. Take care, guys.
No!
All right, see you later, Mr. Boomer.
What the?
All right. We'll kick you out. All right. And don't
Now-
report James Hake. No, I did.
Let's listen to this guy talk some trash about Hake now that he's gone.
I didn't kick him out because he did anything there. All right, so we're just gonna do a transition over to here while we continue.
I want to hear this dude talk
Leo,
trash
thanks
about
for staying
our
over
boy
time
Hake
while we continue up the super
now that
chats.
Hake's gone.
Yeah,
What am I
I'm
doing?
not sure what your time is like, but if you do have any super chats, please direct them towards
Can't choose
Leo.
who you love.
We're gonna try to stay away from super chats directed towards Hake, where he's no longer here to defend himself. So let's continue on.
Yeah, but
so,
Leo
One
Leo
heathen.
Fellatio is gonna
Leo,
freaking
what is
talk
the
crap
best
about
way
Hake.
for
What am I
those
supposed to
of
do
us
here?
promoting human rights to communicate our ideas
Whoa!
to honest conservatives?
Blind jumps. Those suck.
There's a variety of ways that I think are largely going to be situational.
Lord baby, come over to
One
this
thing that I
cat
have
now.
been consistently attacked in the chat for, and I think that's probably because it does such a good job of painting the picture of what's happening right now, is drawing the analogies to when this has happened in the past and what it's led to and why it's important to stand up for it now.
Hake's Bigot
because-
Brigade. Let's go.
Why else this is the Leo show now, by the way. Why else did we learn about the Holocaust? Why else did we learn about the civil rights movement? Why else did we learn about women's suffrage if not to ensure that we don't have to do this again?
I wonder if there's a way.
So
I think I needed that for that.
I do think that drawing those analogies is a big thing that for anybody, regardless of whether they're conservative or not, will do a lot for making it explicit.
I don't know if I need those bombs for something.
The severity of the problem that we are facing and how we
What am I
need
doing?
to
What am I doing?
actually
Doing horrible.
stand up for this like I am doing now, despite the rather intense amount of pushback I have to be honest, but yeah, it is what it is. You ain't gonna get me to back down, that's for sure. I don't back down in the face of bigotry.
Bigotry.
Alright.
I don't back down.
Let's continue on there, Leo.
Ah, the fish!
Thanks for holding down the fort
The
there. I
fish!
kicked the cat out because he was trying to stretch out his claws on one of my guitar amps, and I was just about to lose it on that fella. All right, so let's continue on.
Who? About to lose it on who?
Maxwell Pfeffer.
Who was he about to lose it on?
$2. I'm a gorilla and I'm supposed to lose it on that. It's on one of my guitar amps. Well, I kicked the cat out because he was.
He's talking about his cat.
I mean, we can
Well,
continue on, but I mean, gorillas are real.
I was just gonna say he's not a gorilla, but he is an ape. And yes, apes are real. I'm also an ape. Transgender people are also apes. They're well, they're not trans apes. They're transgender apes, but they're still apes, and we should treat. Well, they're more
This guy's
specifically
an
Homo
idiot.
sapiens. And Homo sapiens should be treated with respect and dignity, and not genocide.
I'm not an ape. You might be an ape. I ain't no
Despite
ape.
what people say.
Damn monkey.
All right.
Despite how much people hate me drawing that analogy, because
What
they
the
don't like
frick?
the fact that it's very much true. Because this is how it starts. Just ask yourself, how did Hitler
This
get to
level's
where he is?
horrible.
How did
We're
he
gonna
get
go down the
Germany
pipe.
to where he could just genocide 10 million people off the face of the planet? Just ask yourself that question. And then look at what's going on around you.
All right. Well,
I can't go in the
let's
pipe.
Continue on. Just,
Pipe is not an
here.
option. No pipe, gang.
I get our Zoom chat figured out here so we can get our proper display back. Lord BB, $42. Sorry, 42 for $5 says, Leo, do you love white people? I think they're making.
Yes.
I don't understand.
Is
I
that
don't
all you have to
understand.
say?
Yes.
All right, cool. All right. Not giving me very much time.
There's
to
no
figure
way
out
to
these
get up there.
screens. You keep up that attitude.
What the
I
heck?
won't
We
be
need
able
a
to get
cat
this,
suit. There's gotta be a hidden
Yes,
cat
white,
suit somewhere.
white humans are humans and deserve to be treated like humans. But we should also acknowledge how different demographics have developed and evolved alongside different demographics and the power differentials that have existed between them, and how this may have harmed vast reserves of people throughout history, and how parts of society that was that way have lingered into the modern age.
All right, thanks for helping me out. I think
You can't
there
get up
we
there.
go.
I don't know what you
We've
want from
got
me.
Something a little bit more proper going on now. I'm going to keep fixing it as we go. All right, so
I don't know what they want me to
I'm gonna
do.
step off camera. I will still be here though. You will hear me. You just won't see me.
all right. Well, as long as we don't hear a toilet flush, I think we'll be fine. Bubble gum.
Oh yeah, you'll be fine.
Gun for $2. Leo,
See that?
why
As long
are
as we
you
don't hear a
scared
toilet
to
flush.
debate me on evolution.
I'm not scared. It's just I don't study evolution. That's not something I would consider myself versed
I
enough
feel like
to
he's
debate
done
on.
a debate on
And,
evolution.
like, smart
Or maybe
people
he did
do.
a
I don't
debate on the
debate things
age of the
I'm
Earth.
not like very well educated in. That's a thing that you shouldn't do. So if you'd like to debate that subject, I'm sure there are a number of people that would be willing to debate you. What I don't understand is why Bubblegum Butt continues to run from me on a debate about physics, despite the fact that he wants to say a bunch of very wrong things about it. That's probably because that's a subject I actually study.
All right. Well, he's coming at you there in the live chat. So if you want to send an email to moderndaydebate@gmail.com,
I don't know what this level wants from
We
me.
would definitely entertain, new voices
What
on
can
the
I
channel.
do?
We're always looking for new
Can I
people.
throw a
Once
bomb
again,
and then bop
best
off
way to
of
get
it
this out
maybe?
there
Like
is to share it.
something
Share it out
like
on your Facebook group, your Instagram groups. Oh my goodness, I'm speaking like a grandpa. I've been on the Facebooks. I'm getting old, everybody.
I don't know what you want me to do, level.
Anyways, so let's continue on. Marty Camajo for $2.
Camejo.
Leo
Marty
Rose.
Camejo. I know who that is. I'm sorry.
Camejo, sorry.
Nobody cares if you know who it is.
I might not gotten that right.
I don't know
Thunderstorm
I don't know what they want from
499.
me.
I
Skip
can't
it.
wait. Isn't the main concern kids are being groomed or sex changes on kids?
The only thing I can
Or
think is
this
if they want
media
me to
hysteria?
use
So,
a bomb, midair
is it
bomb
the
jump
case that
to
this is
get
just
up
media
to-
hysteria? Are there a lot of kids getting sex changes? Is this a problem? Is there grooming going on? Thunderstorm just got in here and he wants to know. So Leo,
like that?
what are
Like,
your thoughts?
if we can catch one of those
Well,
bombs
it's media
midair, boom,
hysteria,
bop
just
off it,
like
and then get
with
up to
the
those clouds.
analogy I've consistently
That's all I
tried
can
that
think of.
apparently makes me anti-Semitic because people can't see the analogy. For the same reason that like Jews doing bloodletts on your good Christian boys was not a thing Jewish people were doing. That was not happening. It's an anti-Semitic trope. Just like pedo jacketing trans people is anti-trans bigotry. It's not happening. They're not coming for your fucking kids. They're trying to live their lives. If you want to know who's coming for your
They
kids,
literally are.
if you want to know who's doing the
They
rape,
literally
what is it,
are.
something like 90, 80, or 90.
I'm gonna talk about
rapes
this,
that are reported in
Minnesota-
the United States is
Minnesota
are done by men.
council
The majority
person
of like
on
people who
Monday.
are arrested for like CP and
Real None Your Business
CSA
hasn't
and
been
all
in the
this
chat
stuff
in a while, but
are,
he
like,
posts stuff about
pastors
this
and
Minnesota
preachers and youth
Finky guy,
pastors
Chris
and
Finky,
Republican
trans person
politicians
who is
stuff like that.
basically
You know, think about
making
who you
laws
would
in
find on
Minnesota to
Epstein's
protect
blacklist. You'd
pedos,
probably find people
PDF
like Donald
files.
Trump, Elon Musk. You'd probably
And
find
literally
a lot
said
of
in their
members, male
campaign,
members of
we're
royal
coming for the
family.
kids.
You know who you're not gonna find on that list? Fucking RuPaul, Garen fucking to you, because these people aren't coming for your kids.
Yo, wait,
It's
what
men
was that?
in positions of power, like it's always been.
Oh, snap. I didn't know you could do that.
All right, let's continue on.
Oh, we got a hammer, bro, in a
In
torrential
defense of the
storm.
gospel, 499. If we affirm people's false views of themselves, where is the line, and how would you ever be able to stop someone from identifying as anything?
So they're asking, what's the bar to identity?
I think so.
It sounds like, yeah, actual facets of human society that are legitimate.
I don't
and
understand.
recognized, that we can trace.
I don't understand this level.
Actual developed history of
There's got to
that
be
exist. How many people
a
are
hidden
identifying
plot.
as trans in some way or another? How many people are actually legitimately, genuinely identifying as attack helicopters? Or as fucking panda bears? These are just arguments from absurdity. Nobody's doing this. That's why.
What do you mean? There's
that's
literally
where the bar
fairykin gender, where they think that they're
there are humans
fairies.
who are trans. There are not
What are you
humans
talking
who
about,
are
bruh?
fucking panda bears.
See, this disingenuous.
attack
They're so disingenuous. They ignore the most extreme examples and say they're
Alright.
not real.
I think. Let me just comb through here again, make sure that we got them all. I think that's the end of
I don't know
all
how
the
I'm doing that.
features. Just hold on a second. Oh, okay. We had another one from Lord BB42. I will read it. It's kind of related to something that we touched on here. Leo, if a business wants to turn someone away for whatever reason, what's stopping a competitor from capitalizing on the opportunity? And then they add a little.
He
bit
doesn't
there and they
understand
say, "Stop
capitalism."
crying." My. They're spicy up there.
Well,
right,
yeah,
Leo?
because when there was segregation against black people by businesses, there were so many of them that came out and said, "We'll sell to black people. That's a thing that happened." Oh yeah, totally. Like, this is just so bad. Like, do you know nothing about fucking history? Like, I don't understand this. Like, I genuinely do not understand how people can be this complete. Well, I do understand it. It's because nobody knows a fucking thing about history. That's why they're so ignorant of it.
All right. Well, you heard it here. We are going to hopefully be back to have another debate between these two. You know, maybe next month we'll get a little discussion going on about that. You know, I think this has been pretty fruitful as far as what we've suggested for a topic. You
I don't
we've
know
had
how
a
to
lot
beat
of
this.
fun.
It's
So
annoying me.
Thanks everybody for coming out tonight.
Can I give
everybody.
one more shout out
Yeah,
to this channel and James?
yeah, sure.
I mean, obviously you as a wonderful moderator who I think does a lot like James to help foster the discussion moving forward. But I do really want to give a big shout out to James for getting this discussion going between me and Hake, because Hake's somebody I've actually wanted to talk to for a while.
I
and
skipped.
this
I
is
don't know
a
what they want me
topic
to
I've
do in
actually
that level.
wanted to talk to him about. So y'all really need to give James that love. You need to give him the likes, give him
It didn't
the
work.
subscriptions. Support the channel, because he does a lot, not just for his community, but for the people that provide the content for the people that come on his channel and do the debates. He does. This is what I'm drinking. He does a lot, and I want people to support James and the things that he does. Yes, well, and I know that you did, and I really appreciate you for that.
No. Oh, it's
yeah,
okay.
I was gonna say this was something that you know, we talked about after our last live stream. So I was like, you know, I really wanted you to have that for yourself. You know, Hake also was interested as well. So this was awesome as far as like a meeting of two people of opposite worldviews.
It wasn't
I don't think we
awesome,
had
it was
a
lame.
moment of true amicability.
Woo! I don't know how I did that.
agreement. So, but both of our speakers, you know, thank you so much to James Hake and Leo Phileas for coming out tonight and having this discussion. And of course, thank you to the most important person, me, No, I mean James. Sorry, I'm sorry. James, of course. He's awesome, and I've been so absolutely honored to be able to work with him directly. He's a super cool guy. So what you see on screen, that loving, charismatic guy, that's him. He's awesome. So, definitely shout out to James and all the hard work that he does, and the fact that he's working hard in school right now.
You can't get in that.
Done. I'm going to continue doing what I can to support him and carry him through this mission as far as having these discussions. So thank you, Leo, for being here. James, you're not here, but thanks to you for coming out, and we will see you all next time. Thank you.
What the? Oh, we got Spinies coming. Hold on, this might be a modern day debate. All right, now I think we're gonna. This was a great. Oh, Bo Diddle got kicked out of SatanCon. Let's go. Let's watch this.
What is the real story of January 6th? Many people have asked that question. Some people have described what happened on that day.
It was the equivalent of
Find
Pearl
Jesus,
Harbor.
guys! We must repent!
Let's
Repent!
go, Bo Diddle.
Repent! Find God! Find God! Find God!
Yo, I don't know how he gets away with that opening. How does Fox not claim all of his videos? Hold on, God. Who said that? Hold on, Floor. Hola, Floor.
Welcome back, guys, to a brand new video. Today we're at SatanCon 2023.
No!
There's lots of great people of God out here. I'm sure you can hear them in the background. But this is
I
the
hate
largest
these things.
satanic gathering in U.S. history. It's taking place. So maybe lives can get changed. But we're going to go in, or try to go in, talk to people, ask
Ooh, that's a long one.
just maybe plant a seed.
Am I supposed to
Even
long
if
jump?
Nobody's lives get changed today. We can at least plant
Nope.
a seed. I think that's so much for the sport lately. Please
I don't know if I'm
$8
going up
a
here.
month. Join this great group of people right
Woo!
here that already support me. Yeah, guys, thanks for everything. Keep supporting me. And yeah, 100,000 subscribers coming really soon. Let's get right into the video. What if I ask you a quick question? I can't even ask a simple question. I can't even ask a simple question. But do you believe in a God, or do you like worship?
No, the
yourself?
flagpole was right there. Crap. The flagpole was right up there. All I had to do was jump out.
No one will say anything.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
my
more
gosh.
People? I mean, I guess this is good, but where's the Satanists?
If I lean on my own understanding, I
What?
don't even want to deal with that.
The message I want to share, man, is that Jesus Christ.
I was at
is
the
only
end.
Way, man. He saved me from
I was at the end.
anxiety, depression, and a lifestyle of darkness, and he's the one that sets free, man. Satan. Why live for the devil who wants to kill, steal, and destroy? When you can live for God who comes to give life. So live for Him, man.
It don't make no
Amen.
sense.
Thank you, man. God bless you. God bless you. Excuse me? Can I ask you a couple questions? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I just want to ask questions. I just want to ask questions.
I just wanna have fun. What's going on, Floor? Yo, yo.
There isn't one. Okay. So
You would have
are
demolished that
atheist,
Leo chick.
Satanist, or-
I would say,
Yo, Biddy.
atheist.
I've seen that guy in a lot of debates, and he always acts like that. He's so cringe. He goes, "Oh, no, you're just an idiot. You're a retard," and he starts talking all loud. And why do you keep bringing up the Jews? What's the dang Jews got to do with it? And I know a lot of black people who would be very offended that he was tying in that sexuality stuff, that gender stuff with color of skin. They'd be like, don't put that in the same category as us. And that's all. It's all Marxism. It's all victimhood mentality, different identities, and everybody has to be othered. Everybody has to be in a little group, and they're all oppressed. And he just kept making fun of the Christians. But yet his religion is okay. But I've seen him on a lot of like, oh shoot, I hope I can off-screen and on-screen that bullet bill again. Usually he's in debates about like flat earth or science or something. I'm gonna die. Crap. He's snickering and interrupting and not dark enough to be bringing up black people. Yeah. Yeah. It's just, and those people, like, they think they sound so good. Like, all that knowledge, all them stats, all them big words and talking fast. And also, he doesn't even say rhetoric right. It's not rhetoric. It's rhetorical rhetoric. It's not rhetoric. Or not, it's not rhetoric. Anyway. But for all his big words and his intellectualism and his knowledge, and he doesn't have any wisdom. Like, nothing he was saying was deep. And people in chat were like, when is somebody going to seriously come on here to debate Leo instead of a religious person? How was Hake not being... Oh my god, is there a way to reset that? Hake was being very serious and very deep. He was being very shallow and just lame. Like, just, his intro was the only, like, well thought out part of it. No! I caught that too, rhetoric. I was like, rhetoric. It isn't real. Yeah, we were watching the whole thing over here, and I was going off on my boy. Going off on my boy Leo Fellatio. Or whatever the heck his name is. I missed the first hour. Yeah, like his intro. But then his intro, he like tells this poem, and it was so funny when Hake ripped on him at the end. That was a good one from Hake. But he told this poem. I didn't stand when they attacked the Jew. I didn't stand for the Jew because I wasn't a Jew. When they attacked the black man. When they attacked the woman, I didn't stand for the woman because I wasn't a woman. When they came for the black man, and I was a black man, there was no one left to stand for me. Some quote he said. And everybody in chat's like, oh, this is cringe. Like, what does this have to do with anything? Go! Embarrassed to be part of this Earth's history. You ain't that important, Floor. What the? You ain't that important. Oh, man. No! Why did I do that? Why am I playing around like a dang fool? Sorry, I'm yelling in the mic. Mario making me yell. All right, let's watch Bo Diddle tear these people up. What does all world come to? Oh, what a shame. Such a sad way to live. Who's willing to try to save a world that's destined to die? Oh, what a shame. Such a sad way to live.
But if you worship Satan, then you would have to admit that there's God. And tell me if you think I'm wrong.
Well, yeah, but that's the
most Satanists say that Satan doesn't exist, and the whole reason they call it Satanist is basically just to trigger Christians. Like, they say that, but then they tear up the Bible, yet they don't believe in God. So how is it symbolic to tear up a Bible if you don't believe in God? That'd be like if I tore up Gone with the Wind. You know, it doesn't mean anything. See what happens when you make jokes. Oh, man. Hold on. Let's get the video going. I got to kill Boom Boom. What up, Boom Boom? Oh, shoot. He's going invisible. Blah!
That's kind of the bit.
Yeah.
So, like, if you believe in God, you also have to believe. If you do believe in God, you have to believe in Satan.
Right.
I do believe in Satan. People who believe in God do believe in Satan. It's also why I say that believing in Jesus... Ah! Damn it! Believing in Jesus isn't the only thing you have to do to be saved. Because Satan believes in Jesus. I think everybody believes in Jesus, or everybody believes in God, whether they like it or not. Even the atheists believe in God. They just deny it. They refuse it. Now, Jesus is different. Like, I think there's a lot of people who believe in God, but they don't believe that Jesus was the Messiah. But they do believe in a God or God. Maybe not the same God I believe in, but they believe in a God. And even atheists have a God. A lowercase g. It was funny because somebody in the chat, Bibby, was like, what'd he say? He said something like God is a loser or something like that. Basic was the basics of the comment. God is a loser, but he did a lowercase g. And so I was like, what these atheists don't realize is that Christians see when I see lowercase g, if somebody writes God and they put a lowercase g, I read that as Satan. Right? So if somebody puts lowercase g, God is a loser, talking about my God, but they put a lowercase g, I'm like, yeah, I agree with you. They're trying to piss off Christians, but really they're saying what I already agree with. Like, that's the truth. Lowercase g, God is a loser. You're right. They think they're being like edgy or gonna trigger somebody. No, I agree. This freaking jump is retarded. We're skipping. We don't have time to skip. We lost. Never trust a Satanist. I don't never trust hardly anybody. Oh, I'm supposed to go back and do
to be politically engaging, you have to engage the oppressor.
Yo, this stream is getting crazy views. I don't know what's going on. We've maintained like 8 to 12 viewers the whole time. We only got 7 likes. It's a little bit disproportionate. We got 348 views on this stream. What's going on? It's because I put Mario in my thumbnail, but I didn't even go under the Mario gaming tab. I went under news and politics. I'm going to have to use this title again. Yo. Play.
By being like, oh, we're Satanists. Like,
no.
So a lot of these people, they just say it, but they don't actually worship Satan. It's just like a bit.
It's a bit. Okay. It's a bit because it gets.
It's a bit to make Christians mad.
And
like right now.
Yep, Florida hit the
basic views of God.
Pretty agnostic. Yeah.
Okay.
Agnostic. I'm an agnostic, which means I believe that I don't know what I believe. Why would you put a name on that? Just say you don't know. Why would you put a name on it and then identify as a group where the identity of the group is literally, we don't know? So they even got groups for when you don't know what group you're in. Like, I don't know what group I'm in, so I'm going to make another group called the I don't know what I'm in group called agnostic. Baby Jesus finds me very important. What does that mean? Baby Jesus finds me very important. What do you think he didn't grow up for? What do you pray to my little baby Jesus? I like to pray to little baby Jesus in a manger, wrapped in swaddling clothes. Just a little 8-pound, 6-ounce, fresh little cherishable baby Jesus. You know he grew up, Floor. What is this level? Oh, it's a thwomp race. 100-second speed run. Hopefully it's not a tight timer. This is going to take a few tries. Since I'm not important, I won't. You're not going to like? What the?
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Who said you're not important? You're important to me. You're just not important to history.
What Satanism is about. It's not a worship of any sort of deity or higher power.
What did I not jump for?
Really anything else. The basic.
I swear, sometimes my jump button doesn't work. I'm blaming the controller. I don't care.
But I know from what my understanding is, it's a worship of yourself. That you.
Right, that is Satanism. That's true. She's right.
When it comes down
Worship
to
of self is
you
Satanism.
You have friends, you have family, you have people that love you, but when it really comes down to it, it is you who has to live with you every day, forever.
If you were to say this is how it began, what would you say?
Oh, yosh. I could hear her saying that. Oh, yosh. Oh, yosh.
It just kind of got spat out as far as we know. But
Josue. They don't. Josh isn't Josue in Guatemala, huh?
Than not. but
Some Mexican
also,
lady that I worked with at
before the Big
Wendy's
Bang,
said that
and
my
so-
name in Spanish
so
was
that brings
Josue.
up a bit-
There has to be someone to bring the Big Bang.
But I was like, I
where
thought
that
my
came
name in
from.
Spanish was
So
there's no such thing as an answer
Was,
because we'll never know, because maybe there's a being or
something different.
which could be
Ah!
interesting. Could be
would you consider yourself agnostic, maybe? Like,
What?
You know, you.
No, I don't think there is a god or especially one overpower, like one being. And you know what?
So
You know, it's a
adorable.
funny thing too, because like I don't know if a lot of people like read the book, but we're not supposed to be.
I'm not
judging
really
people
focused.
on
Josue.
Earth. There's one judge.
with a J.
If you believe in it, there's one judge and it's God. So
Not
Like
exactly.
Joshua, it's pronounced
Well,
like
I
a
mean, the Bible, it
like a
says-
Mexican.
Depends on which version.
It
Josue.
says get the log out of your own eye so you can see clearly and then judge
I
righteously.
can see clearly
Sometimes
now.
if
The
you're
brain is gone.
Not believing in God.
Like that
why
hoe
would
be
you use
swaying.
the na- or not you, but why would
Sitting
the group
sideways,
use the name
boys
Satan,
in the days.
Is kind of their.
That was my butt.
voice.
That was my B button.
Yeah,
That was my B button.
Again,
If
from
you
what
just see
I
me run off a
know of
platform,
from my own research, I believe
that's-
it's
that's my
because
B button. That's
Satan,
not
we
me.
kinda use it as a
I hit
symbol of
jump.
rebellion,
I ain't even
against,
playing.
You know, the very
I don't even
popular
play with this.
opinion being, you know, Christianity.
I hope this timer isn't tight because I don't know if I'm supposed to stop there, but I always stop there.
We typically come from,
It's
people
a
that fall
100-second
into
timer. I
Satanism.
don't think it's gonna be tight.
We're just kind of a little different, you know? And so we're just embracing, we use Satan as kind
That
of
will
a
be
mask.
swaying, boy.
I really believe a great film,
Adorama.
a great piece of art, a great film.
Skip.
Let's just say there is.
Ooh,
a
we
God.
got the
Let's just
skipping
say.
time. Chat
Would you
disconnected.
mind
Why
a
is
quick
chat
prayer?
disconnected?
There's no God, so I'm not gonna pray,
10 seconds.
and I'm not
You
gonna.
can just listen.
But what if there was so what if I did this? What if I said, oh, there's this Satan prayer? Would you do it?
Well, I believe in God. You're
So you believe in Satan?
yes, but I'm not praying to Satan.
But what if I asked you to pray to Satan?
I would say no, because
Then
I believe
I don't-
because God is my savior, not Satan.
Yeah, but like.
I know what you're saying,
But
and I acknowledge
But
Satan.
I don't believe in God, so why would I do your prayer?
I'm just asking. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just asking. Like, if there
Wait,
was.
wait, what?
Just give me 10 seconds. Quick
I'm not gonna
prayer.
do it.
Okay.
I'm
well,
not gonna be a part of that.
I would never force you. Thank you. God bless you, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, have a good
You
one.
have a good day.
Good luck.
What are
It's
your
like it hurts
objections
them.
to
It's like it hurts
Christianity?
them just for somebody to say
None,
God
as
bless. He's like,
long
okay.
as the Christian person is using it to be,
But why do you personally decide Christianity's not for me?
because I don't believe, I don't.
No!
I mean, I
Oh,
said I'm
crap,
agnostic
we're dead.
earlier, but I'm
No,
agnostic
come here.
in the way that if there,
Oh,
I think
no.
that if there is a
No.
God or any sort of higher power, it's probably not just one. I think the
So
universe
you would
might.
be.
Yeah. a
I'm
little bit
ticked
more
at this controller. Look at
polytheistic.
this cheap ass
If I-
controller.
If yeah, again, still agnostic, still learning about that myself and my own beliefs, but I don't think Christianity kind of.
You're agnostic. You don't have any beliefs. You don't know what your beliefs are.
Do you
You've
believe
identified
in
with it, so you're
God,
never
or
gonna
Are you
know.
you're an atheist?
Yeah, I'm a humanist, Satanist.
And would you also consider yourself a Satanist?
Satanist, bruh. I'm a
So
Satanist,
how
bruh.
can you? This is a
Satanist for 30 years.
Straight up
This is a genuine
Satan.
question. How can
Oh,
you be a Satanist
Satan.
and worship the devil?
We use the name. We don't worship anything.
Okay, so you're just atheist.
No, it's called Satanism for a reason.
But if you're a Satanist, then you have to believe in God.
It's not a position of what
If you're a Satanist, so you have to believe in
Satan
God.
rules over the children of pride. What?
fucking ridiculous. It's like childish.
So you don't
Childish,
believe in
bruh.
God.
I'm like an adult. I
How
got
do you
blue
think the
hair.
world began?
I'm a juggalo. I got a big old silver necklace.
Yeah.
That's
And what
adult
created
life.
the
That's
Big
what
Bang?
adults do, bruh.
Who cares?
What the?
Not a conscious being.
What's your thoughts?
I haven't beat a
on
level
the
in, like,
evidence of
10 minutes.
Christianity?
I think the evidence of Christianity
I'm dilly-dally.
is similar to the evidence of
Evolution,
any other kind of
Big Bang Theory.
spirituality. We have people who are very spiritual in the sense with like not just a Christian God, but with other gods. You know, it's a very
Damn
personal
pagans.
thing. It's something that, you know, when you see
damn
something, you're
pagans.
like, oh, that was a fact because that happened to me, or that happened to someone that close to me, so I know it's true. I don't know you. I don't know your personal life. For all I know, it could just.
This
have
part
been
is
your emotions
unnecessary.
were heightened
This is
from
not
adrenaline.
necessary.
I
Just
really have no
Just
idea.
move the
So,
freaking
Do you believe that
muncher.
Jesus existed?
and let me
It's
keep
totally
running.
possible he could have been like a real person.
It's
I
not
wouldn't
possible. It's
doubt
proven that he was a
he
real
was
person.
Probably like a pretty cool dude. That was
Pretty
like,
cool
helping
dude.
people, and then
Yo,
people wrote
Jesus
book
was a
about
pretty
him.
cool dude, bro.
Like I don't doubt that he could have been a real person. It's where he's the son of God. That kind of like I don't know about that, but he.
See, what's weird in different religions is it's like Islam, they believe Jesus was a prophet. Buddhists and Hindu, they believe in Jesus and they acknowledge Jesus to be a powerful man. Christianity, what makes Christianity so different is they say that he is the way, not that there's
all of
another way,
those
he
are
is the
better than
only
being
way.
a damn
So
Satanist.
it's like every religion acknowledges Jesus. It's just Christianity says Jesus is the only way.
And I don't like that. I don't like that.
Yeah,
I like Satan.
Like I said, I don't doubt that he might have been a real person. He probably was a cool dude if he was.
He's probably a cool dude, though. Hey, I appreciate that, Miss Agnostic. Jesus was a cool dude. I like that.
Depends on what the prayer says.
What do you want from me,
Just that
Level?
you find the
Whoa!
light,
Claw
that
came out of
God be with
nowhere.
you in your life.
Whoa! It's the Triforce. Speaking of Zelda, oh, we got to get this new Zelda game, man.
I wouldn't say it, but
I got to make some money this month. I got to get a new phone. I found a phone, a refurbished Galaxy like 20 on Amazon for like $400. I need to cop that. I need to go to the DI, which is like the Mormon Goodwill. It's like the Mormon thrift shop, the DI, the Desperate Industries, or Desperate Institute, something like that. DI. Need to go there, and I need to cop me some new everything at the DI is like pants $3, shirts $3, and you'll find stuff on there that's never been worn before. Some nice Jinkos, or some FUBU. You find some nice stuff there for like $3. So I'm gonna get some pants for work. Need to get some white tees. Need to get some new wife beaters. And then also on the list of things I want to get, clothes from the DI, new phone. Last but not least, I have 2 weeks. I think I have the money to pre-order it right now. Well, I got to get groceries. And then I got to pre-order the next Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. It looks epic. And we're going to be streaming that the first day it comes out. Shoot, we might take the day off work the following day, or the day that it comes out, and start playing at midnight and just do like a 24-hour beat the game in a day stream or something like that. What you think of that? Chat? Playing some Tears of the Kingdom, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I want to go in this pipe. And then also on June, I signed up yesterday. I signed up last night. What is the on-off switch for? I signed up last night for another Dragon Ball tournament on June 3rd, which is a Saturday. So we'll be streaming that tournament. I think I'm just going to play the same deck I played last time. Hopefully I gained experience through the last tournament, and I can do a little better. Make a few little changes to it. Play the Beerus deck. I'd like to play Green Boo, but I'm missing 6 cards, and 2 of them are $15, or 4 of them are $15 each, and 2 of them are $50 each, and that's $160 that I can't justify spending $160 for 6 cards right now. We ain't that wealthy. We ain't got that kind of money. How do I get this freaking bomb in the hole? Just go in the hole, bomb. I can just set it down. I knew I could set it down. I thought I tried that. It didn't work. There's nothing in this pipe. Something's gonna come out. Okay. A P-switch? What does that do for me? I don't understand. Oh! Oh no, do I get more than one yet? I was like, Bibby sending $30 in super chats to Modern Day Debate. They're not even gonna read his super chats. He need to come spend that money over here. No, I'm kidding. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to call you Lord BB. I gotta call you Lord BB from now on. This summer gonna kill me with movies. Guardian starts tonight, so I may be hit or miss in the chat. I'll try to support when I can. Hit or miss in the chat tonight? I've already been streaming for a couple hours today. I'm probably gonna be done here in like a little bit. Lord have mercy. Is this pick a door? Oh my gosh. I hate pick a door. 1, 2. Oh no, it's choose a path. Modern Day Debate never gets my name right. I know. What's up with that, Lord BB? It's not like it's complicated. Lord BB. This is ridiculous. Oh, I have the helmet. I could have just ran it up. I could have just ran it up the path because I have the helmet on. Okay. Oh, it's a red coin level. We got to get all 3 upcoming weeks. I'll be hit or miss probably. Oh, that's all right. That's all right. Ain't got no problem with that. What other movies coming out? They call me Lord Dibby? Well, that's just lack of reading skills. That just means he can't read. What the? What do you want from me, Level? What was the point of the on-off switch over there for? Yo! Oh no, if one of these thwomps goes down and is a trick and it hits this freaking on-off switch, I'm in trouble. We need to just run. Like that! Woohoo! They tricked me. There was a semi-solid platform. Okay, why would I take the claws when I could just do this? Oh, because we got to get this coin. I think I can... do that. Wonder what's up there. I kind of don't want to go and look because I might die. Little Mermaid. Yo, I thought that movie came out months ago. I talked about that on the Monday night show months ago. But I guess that was just that they announced it and did the which one of these have I done? Crap. I guess that was just that they announced the trailer and everybody was freaking out about Little Mermaid being black when I talked about black people don't swim. Everybody knows that. That's not racist. Everybody knows that. Black people know that too. And I played a clip of black people saying it. And the stats and data says it too. We're running out of time, bro. We ain't got time for this mess. What do you want from me? There's a block there. There's this. Oh, I think there's something right there that they want me to get. So there's a couple ways I could do this. I think what they want me to do, I'm going to run out of time. That's what they want me to do, but that's just a one-up. That doesn't help me. That's just a 10 spot. That doesn't help me. Oh my god, I don't know what they want from me. You want me to blow that up? I'm supposed to do here. I ran out of time. When the trailer came out, it was massively ratioed. Do you think it's gonna do horrible, or you think that it's actually, they've promoted it so much, if it doesn't do good, Disney's gonna take a big L on that, because they've been promoting that thing out the mud. They want everybody to see the dang mermaid movie now. Mermaids don't play. Oh, God. Now I'm not going to be able to get a helmet. You know what I think they want me to do? I think I know what they want me to do. So... okay. Yeah, we need to do that. And we need to do this. Check this out. Are you serious with me right now? Is this really what I'm supposed to do? Yeah, that is what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm supposed to do. What's the point of that? What's that do? I don't understand. Once it gets over there, I feel like they want me to break that block, right? They want me to break that block right there. You guys can't see it. There's a screen in the way. You don't think it's going to be good at all, but the management thinks it's going to be huge. I mean, I don't know. I know it's not going to be good. But is it going to be popular? It might be popular because there's a lot of retarded people in the world. No. I don't know what they want from me in this level. 7E? That didn't do anything. Oh, can't have that there. Damn it, now this stupid... That's kind of a cool little mechanic. You can juggle a shelmet. Wonder if anybody's ever built that into a level. Now, what do you want from me here? What do you want? What am I supposed to do here? What was the point of that? Oh, there's springs now. Did the springs make a difference? Yo, these springs gonna make this a little easier. Easy than a mug. But now what? I don't understand. Oh, got it. You got it. You got it. Okay. Nice. Nice. Now. Do that. We got all 3 keys. Now we get out of this piece. Oh, we made it up here too and got the 10 spot. Back in the door. And got the key. I don't know what's over that way. I didn't check it out. Might be missing out on something cool, unfortunately. Look at the Triforce. Let's go. I didn't even get the 1-up. Doesn't matter. I already have 3 1-ups. Oh, we got to finish this video. It's almost over. What time is it? 8:30?
I personally don't mind if other people say it.
Can you listen?
Yeah, sure.
All right, perfect. Thank you, God, for this day. Thank you, God, for this encounter with this great person. And Lord, please just be with her in her life and lead, guide, direct her, and help her find the way, Lord. And we all know that it is you, Lord. And I just thank you for this encounter.
We all know that it's you. She's like, I don't know that it's you.
We were meant to be here for a reason. So
reach the goal after defeating all the bombs.
In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. God bless you. I'm Bo, by the way.
That's the trick right there. You want to defeat all the bombs, you get up to the top, and we're going to ground pound that egg. Check this out. Bop, skip, bloop, blop, blah. Oh, that's not smart. That's not the way to do it. We're wasting lives. We're wasting lives. We need to... How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? I think if I drop a bomb on each row... they'll fall to the bottom and they'll blow up the rest of the row.
In one single scoop, it delivers daily multivitamins, pre and probiotics, stress adaptogens, and yes, greens. AG1 by Athletic Greens. Get yours today.
How much time do I have? Oh, we have plenty of time. I'm going way too fast. I thought I had like 30 seconds or something to do this. We have plenty of time to do this.
We're in SatanCon, guys. We have snuck into SatanCon 2023. This is the nation's largest satanic convention.
Yeah, that girl's kind of cute in the background behind him. She's looking at him. In the yellow, she's wearing a mask.
Needs to be a message. They get spread.
You know it's SatanCon
because
because they're still wearing masks.
Right now. Gonna have to say something. I have to share the message of the good Lord. So, okay, so they're already saying we can't record. My own security's against me.
What?
So, I really don't know what to do, but we're just gonna keep going and doing interviews. No, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. So, excuse me, guys. Excuse me, guys. We must repent. We must repent. We must repent and be born again. Be born again, guys. Find Jesus, guys. We must repent. 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 Find God. Find God. Find God. So, guys, that's what happens.
You got kicked out real quick.
Got mobbed. Really
Yo,
quick.
that was our last flight.
But a message has to be heard, has to be given. Yeah. That's really all I know to say.
Another Fast and the Furious?
Repent and find God.
Oh, yeah, the new Transformers.
Jesus loves you. Accept him. He is the way, the truth, the life.
The new Transformers has the monkey transform.
Figured.
Let's get that going.
So we're getting trespassed, but it doesn't matter because it's the message of the Lord. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. We must keep spreading the Lord, spreading the message, spreading the word. I'll do anything. It doesn't matter. Trespassing. Now, if one person gets saved, if one person hears the message, then it's all worthwhile. So, what a loser. He said, "I'm cutting the contract." Let me call him right. Let me call his to make sure he doesn't get paid.
Cutting the contracts.
He was my own security, and he goes, oh.
His own security turned on him.
Terrible. Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions? I'm just trying to ask questions.
Get the fuck away from me.
Why are you so angry? I'm just trying to ask questions.
There and you were causing problems.
That wasn't me. That was my twin brother.
That was my twin brother. What? Transformers got the monkeypox? Nah, the animal, the beast wars or whatever. The animal Decepticon, I don't know what they're called. But the big old gorilla transformer is in it. The Beast Wars or the Beast Formers. The Animalites or Animacons. I don't know what they're called, bro. Then some of the Transformers were like animals. They got a big gorilla one. He looked like a big gorilla. This is the level that doesn't make no dang sense. Once you get to this point, it's like, oh wait, I remember. Yeah. Yeah, Transformers. They got the monkey. I don't know. Josh, look up the sounds of the Aztec whistle of death. I'm reading about it as well. Why would I want to listen to a whistle of death? That sounds like a horrible idea. You know what you should look up? Let me see what his name is. What's that guy's name? Let me see. Artist who punched Sam something. An Asian artist named Sam something, a performance artist. Punch time card every hour for a year. Psy. Born in Taiwan, Psy is best known for the one-year performances he undertook while living in New York from the 1970s onwards. One of these performance time clock piece involved punching the time clock every hour for a year. Here, we'll just watch the video of it. It's pretty cool. On Monday, we're going to talk about how nukes aren't real. Did you guys know that? Did you guys know that nukes aren't real? Well, we're going to talk about it on Monday. Bop, bop, ba-da, bop, bop. Nope, not my videos. I don't want to look at my videos. I want to look at my liked videos. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Oh, this pro-life comedian is funny. The Insanity Artist. Check this video out. This guy's crazy. I want to learn more about him.
Socks, underwear, and t-shirts are the most requested items in homeless shelters. Bombas was founded.
The world of alternative modern art can feel like a complicated maze that leaves the person looking at it
not real, like the
perplexed. It has the ability to create a lot more questions than answers. With the main question
different than that, baby. More like they're real. They're just over exaggerated, and radiation isn't really a problem. And I got all kinds of fun details for you. They just did studies on the dogs of Chernobyl, and they're chilling. The dogs are chilling. No humans will go live there, so the dogs have taken over. And all the dogs are fine. They're fine. They're chilling like a villain.
Was the oldest of 15 children. Although he was an avid reader and he enjoyed studying the works of philosophers and journalists, he did not care much for the academic side of things and dropped out of his high school when he was
50 piece. We got the 50 piece. What do we want to do? We want to go in the pipe. We want to go down the spiky thing, or do we want to kill the? Do we want to Z jump and launch to the right? We YOLO to the right. We can either YOLO to the right, we can go pipe gang, or we can go down the spiky chute.
It consisted of him jumping from a 15-foot, two-story building in Taiwan.
Look at this guy. This guy's first performance art piece.
Little to no explanation as to why he had done it.
This guy's first performance art piece was to jump off a two-story building and break both of his legs. But then he got crazier. He started doing these one-year-long performance art pieces. This is crazy.
The kind of vague and ambiguous nature that this piece possessed is something that we would see for years. Almost everything he creates offers little to no explanation, no subtext, and no direction.
So first we're gonna try.
As dramatic as jumping from a building, but it almost always.
First we're gonna try the YOLO.
And he has never been one to provide us with any answers. However, trying to perform these stunts.
YOLO does not work. YOLO does not work. There was something down there though.
Because of the conservative nature of his country, and so he searched for his artistic liberation in other areas, specifically New York City. To get there, he took a very unconventional route. He trained to be a sailor in the early 1970s, and eventually he joined an oil rig in 1974 that was heading to the United States. He did not complete his trip. Instead, he jumped ship in Philadelphia and made his way to New York. He did this with very little money, no visa, and probably no identification. It was for this reason that Sam was completely lost when he arrived. Maybe he thought that the city was smaller than it actually was, and that
Let's
it would
go.
be easier to navigate. But finding the right areas for his
Let's go down the
artistic
chute,
endeavors proved to be almost
which is
impossible.
gonna be tough.
He
It's
spoke
not
to the
pixel
Guardian
perfect,
about
but
this
it's
years later. When I
it's a
got to
tight
New
jump.
York, I took 2 years to find Soho. I'm illegal and I'm afraid to take the subway. I only know Washington Square and I only know people doing portraits in the street. I don't know this art scene.
Oh my
so
God.
essentially he did not jump straight into the scene as he
We gotta
usually
beat all the levels that we
Instead, he
lost
worked
in
as
the
a waiter,
runs.
a dishwasher, and a cleaner for a few years, and it wasn't until 1978, 4 years after he arrived in New York, that he finally began his first performance piece in America. This was the first of 5 one-year pieces that he created, spanning from 1978 to 1986. They are all fascinating and worth talking about, so we're going to go over each one. And trust me when I tell you that some of these pieces are pretty mind-blowing.
No! The cage piece.
On the 29th of September 1978, Sam locked himself inside of a small, makeshift wooden cage that contained only a basin, a pail, and a small bed. He vowed to stay in that cage for 1 year, and in this time he would not speak,
So basically,
read, write, or
he
consume
did all these
anything
year-long
that he needed.
pieces.
A friend would come in once
He
a
did
day
this
to
one where he
remove
was like a
his waste,
prisoner. He
provide
did
him
one where he
food,
was
and give him
homeless
clothes, but would
for a
not
year.
converse with
But it
him
wasn't
in
just
any
normal
way.
homeless. He
His
was
friend
not
would
allowed to
also
go
take a
inside of
photo with him
any
every day
structures
to
or
document
buildings
his
for a year.
process, and a lawyer named Robert Perjansky
He did one where he was
witnessed
tied to a
these
woman
events
for
and
a
notarized the
year
process.
with an
Before
8-foot
the
rope.
piece, Sam wrote to a number
That
of
would be the
journalists
worst
and
one.
artists to tell him about what he was
By
doing.
far.
This led to a number of open viewings,
And then he did
where
one where he
members of
punched
the
a
public
time
would
clock
come
every
to the cage
hour
once
for
or
a
twice
year.
month to view
That
the
one would be
piece.
horrible
Apart
too.
from
That
this,
would be
however,
rough.
the piece didn't really make any
Because
kind
you
of
can't
splash
you
in the
can't
art
do
scene in
anything.
New York, with
You
the
have to be
exception
by
of a
that
few
time
small
clock
write-ups.
to
Still,
punch
Sam
in
was
every
not
hour and take a
discouraged.
picture
In fact, he was
for a
ready
year.
to continue these performances and even take them to a more intense level. From the 11th of April 1980 to the 11th of April
Okay, so it's not the
1981,
fight.
Sam
We
performed
know
one of
that.
his
It's
most
not
grueling
YOLO. We gotta go.
performance pieces. He punched a time card in every single hour for an entire year.
That's
He
crazy.
also took a photo of himself beside the clock on the machine and shaved his head at the beginning, growing his hair out during the piece as an indicator of the time that had passed. While the concept of this is simple in nature, executing this is a nightmare. It essentially deprived him of any real
I don't
sleep.
want to
He
go in
couldn't
the
do
fight.
anything because
I don't
the
trust
second
the
he
fight.
punched in, he had to be ready to do it again in 60 minutes. Even the precious minute or two
No!
to punch in, set up his camera, and put on the jacket he wore in every single photo was probably a nightmare, as it ate into
I mean,
the
he probably
only
just
real
would wear
time
the
that he had.
jacket for a
At
year.
the end of this project, he created a 6-minute video that showed a time lapse of every single photo that was taken, and although he missed the exact hour on a few occasions, the overall video contained
That's
more
crazy.
than 8,600 photos. We see his hair grow, his facial expression become gradually more defeated, and mostly, we see a man who sacrificed a year of his life in only a few minutes. Every conceivable thing that he could have done in that year was replaced with this clock. The idea of socializing, creating, conversing,
Am I dead?
and even
Wow.
sleeping
Dead.
was all replaced with a clock.
That's
he
crazy.
had to be there every
Could you-
single hour.
My piece 1 year performed, 1980, 81.
Yeah, his name is Sam. Sam Sai.
24
Hi,
hours.
Hisai. Sam Sai.
And the process in whole year long. The subject is about time.
The subject is about time. Time.
Every piece in beginning or the end, and then come. It's most difficult.
Okay, I don't know what you want from me, Level.
So I have to wake up every hour on the hour. So I punch, then I waiting for next hour. Everyday life is the same.
Oh,
So
we gotta
most
get right
of
through
the
there.
life is waiting for next hour.
If that Podobo kills me, I'm gonna be pissed.
It's honestly a frightening concept, and I can only wonder the kind of mental fatigue that
Yo,
this
it's not
amount
as
of
frightening
sleep
as being tied to a
deprivation
woman
not
for a
can
year.
bring to a person. But he wasn't done. If anything, he was only getting started, and in his next piece, he would challenge himself even further, upping the ante yet again.
I really believe a great photograph. It makes you feel viscerally alive. It makes you feel emotion.
I don't know why I jumped early.
That visceral feeling of like, oh God, that.
The outdoor piece. So this is where he was homeless for a year, but not just normal homeless. He didn't go inside anything. No cars, no tents. In New York City, in one of the coldest winters.
It also meant that he could not enter cars, boats, planes, or even tents. It meant that he essentially wandered around New York for a year with nothing but a sleeping bag and no access to transportation, healthcare, or any kind of shelter. He could not properly shop for supplies or clean himself, and even if he was given money by a generous stranger, it would not.
All right, wait till they're coming back up again.
To buy food from a street vendor. It's important to note that the winter of 1981 was one of the coldest that New York had seen in years. Navigating the city that Sam did probably proved to be immensely difficult. Gallery of photos documenting this project that are almost morbid to look at. The grim nature of these.
Why is it morbid to look at?
Fascinating time capsule, and the more you look at them, the harder it is to believe that Sam actually did this. But
I did that.
However, there was some hitches.
Not by choice.
He actually did enter a building.
Not totally by choice.
When he was arrested for vagrancy. Luckily, the judge had sympathy for them.
So he didn't even successfully do it because he spent some time in jail. He probably appreciated that.
But he did say that this was
oh, I didn't mean to start over.
To perform, and not because of the intense.
What's the world record? 34 seconds.
Or the fact that he was arrested, but simply because he was not able.
I'm not trying to get this world record. I don't want that.
I'm assuming that he could have given us some pretty fascinating commentary revolving around this performance. He probably left that piece with a wealth of perspective, but this seems to be the only real reflection how much he leaves to interpretation.
Lots of precision, but remember, there was no precision in that level. Hardly at all. All right, what else? Oh, we gotta beat this one.
The rope piece was performed.
We gotta beat this bomb one.
1983 to the 4th of July.
This is the worst one by far.
Only 1 year
Yo,
piece he created that directly included.
Give me a time clock. Give me sleeping on the streets for a year. But you gonna tie me to some woman for a year with a rope? The last two are kind of whack. But this is the second to last, or third to last.
Performance artist from New York. The pair tied each other to an 8-foot-long rope and vowed to remain that way for an entire year. They also vowed that wherever they were, they would remain in the same room, never truly separating from one another. Finally, they stated that they would not touch each other for the duration of the piece. Surprisingly, Sam actually did provide us with an explanation. He said the following.
He looks like Jackie Chan.
I wanted to do one piece about human beings and their struggle with each other. We cannot go into life alone.
I think I can,
but we are together, so we become each other's cage. Essentially, he wanted to confront
I was gonna try to go
social interaction,
but it's not gonna work.
And Linda Montano wanted to do the same. Although there was obviously a lot of fighting and arguing, there was also hundreds of hours of conversation, and by the end of this piece, they had developed a very strong bond.
Okay, you better. Shoot.
His final piece was, in theory, the least grueling performance piece that he did.
Yeah, all he did is like not make art for a year.
From the 1st of July 1985 to the 1st
and
of July
by not making art for a year, that was the art. But that is you creating art. If your art is doing these 1-year challenges, then you are doing art. Reach the goal after defeating all the bomb bombs.
This was probably quite a feat. For obvious reasons, this performance, or non-performance, was not documented at all, and interestingly, it foreshadowed his next piece, which was exactly the opposite of this. By 1986, he had completed his 5 one-year pieces and decided to embark on something that
okay, we're good.
consume a lot more time. On his 36th birthday, New Year's Eve 1986,
reach the goal after defeating all the bomb bombs. Where are they? Where are they? Wait, what? What the heck? Wait, I don't understand what happened.
After this time, he would continue to keep these creations private, and from the 1st of January 2000, he would never create. On that date, he left us with one final message.
I think I off-screened the cannon and they escaped somehow.
And that was it. nothing he worked on would ever be released, and to this day, 22 years after this statement was made, he has kept his word and removed himself from the world empire. It has been 2 decades since Sachet stopped creating art, and over 4 decades since he began the first of his 5 one-year pieces. Of course, his later work was vaulted and never seen, but these earlier performance pieces were documented, and in later years they actually gained a bit of traction. Many other performance artists have cited him as a prime inspiration for their work, and in
45. Are they escaping? What are they doing? How come I killed all the bombs?
And people started to pay attention. After multiple articles, think pieces, and a wealth of praise, he started to attend various different exhibitions showing his work. Many journalists have tried to summarize his work. They say it's about war, poverty,
dang it,
politics,
darn it,
existentialism,
gosh
violence,
darn it,
greed, homelessness,
fudge, farfig
and
nougat.
many other ideas. But in his own words, his work really boils down to 2. When you look up his website, the first thing you will see is a direct quote from the man himself that simply says, "Life is a life sentence. Life is passing time. Life is free thinking." And his early life foreshadows this.
Oh, we got a problem here.
Dropped out of
Houston, we got a problem here.
multiple years
That was
in the
actually
military
solvable.
because
All
he
we had to do was
and
ground
when he
pound.
finally arrived in New York, he spent years finding his footing. By all accounts, he had wasted a lot of time, and his earlier work expressed this in great detail. He said that his work does not come from a want to suffer or be in pain, even if
Damn
it
it.
may happen along the road. And really, that only leaves one thing: the clock that keeps on ticking, a clock that will still be punched into long after he is gone.
Why are you flipping me off, bro? Because there should be housing for you. I don't want housing. Then, so what do you want? Just to sit here?
I want you to leave me alone.
Yeah, but this isn't sanitary. We all live here. What gives you more right than me? Look! What do you mean? You want better for yourself.
I like it like I'm chilling, bro. I like the fresh air. Let me alone.
We all have to, what if somebody's handicapped and they need to get by? They can't. They got 36 inches.
They take the whole 36 inches.
Can't get through here. So your freedom's more important than somebody else's. No, see, this is the problem. You think you're more important than somebody else.
Sit here and talk to the homeless guy and hold up traffic. Somebody's got to go to the hospital.
Yo.
You see that? You see how that
What if
guy
somebody's
just
got a
expects? He just...
You see how this idiot just expects that he's gonna go viral and people are gonna love him for being a douche to a random homeless guy. But really, this dude got roasted by the entire internet because you just got bodied in a debate by a homeless man. You just got bodied in a debate. What if an ambulance is trying to get through the traffic, you momo? You got beat at your own game. That homeless guy is smart. He knows his shit about the code. Proof some homeless people aren't stupid. The moment you start arguing with a homeless guy, you lost. Oh, this guy's a loser. The homeless guy just murked him in the debate. That was an excellent debate. What was the other?
The world of alternative.
The world is a vampire. This might be George Floyd 2.0, says Mount Walsh. Tears of the Kingdom waiting room. Yeah, we're getting hyped for Tears of the Kingdom. What's this? The unspeakable things the Bolsheviks did during their reign. Look at this dude's face is missing. Let's watch this. A day in history. 300,000 subscribers. I think it'd be alright. Video will play after the ads. Okay, did we get all our redemption? Some of these are whack. I don't really care. There were some that I wanted to get the world record on. Which one was it? Was it this one? I think this is one of them. There was one level I cheesed. And I wanted to cheese it again and get the world record. Was it this one? No, it's the one that starts as an auto scroller.
Toppling the Tsar and giving rise to the Soviet Union. They would later rename themselves as the Communist Party of the Soviet Union, although the Bolshevik nickname still stuck. For decades, the Bolsheviks ruled one of the most powerful countries on earth, endured a world war, and became locked in a decades-long ideological standoff with the capitalist world. The Bolsheviks fell in 1991, and the USSR along with them. But in the years since, the legacy of their rule has been increasingly scrutinized. How much did the rosy propaganda of the USSR align with reality? What truths were revealed when the archives were opened? What diabolical things did the
world record be for real? Maybe city record? Okay, well, let's see.
do during the reign?
World record right now is
Today,
47
we
seconds.
explore the dark deeds of the ruling party of the Soviet Union.
What do you mean, Freddie? I have like
From the
hundreds
outset,
of world
the
records.
Bolsheviks were possessed by ideology. They preached a form of revolutionary Marxism that scorned private property and land ownership. They detested capitalism, monarchism, nationalism, and religion as tools of powerful groups to control the masses, and instead believed that all of these things should be overthrown and replaced with a system of collective ownership for the benefit of the workers.
I gotta keep
The
running.
ideal Bolshevik future was one where everyone was equal in wealth and legal status, living in a world free from poverty, war, and oppression. It was an inspiring vision that had long appealed to many and continues to inspire people today. Advanced by articulate and intelligent thinkers, most notably Vladimir Lenin, Soviet-style Marxism gained traction in the early years of the 20th century. However noble its goals may have been, even in these early years, the Bolsheviks showed that they were perfectly willing to sacrifice human lives on the altar of their ideology.
Ah, no, you can't do it.
For example, one of the
I was gonna
ways
say,
that
if
the
I could
Bolsheviks
get
raised money
up on
in
top
the
of that music
1900s
note and
was
skip the
through
key door,
robbery.
I could cut a lot
This
of time off.
robbery often harmed the very people the
But since
Bolsheviks
I
claimed
cannot-
to be protecting. In June 1907,
gonna be a
in the
little harder
Georgian
to
city
get
of
the world record.
Tiflis, a group of Bolsheviks ambushed a shipment of cash in the town's Erevansky Square with firearms and explosives. In the ensuing violence, around 40 people were killed, many of them civilians. The robbery caused mass outrage against the Bolsheviks, and many of the Bolsheviks' leaders involved in the robbery, most notably Lenin and Stalin, later attempted to cover up their associations with the event. In the grand scheme of history, 40 deaths would be a mere drop in the ocean of what the Bolsheviks would go on to do. But it was a chilling forewarning of what was to come. By 1917, the memory of the robbery had faded. The Bolsheviks had become a potent force for Marxist revolution amidst a Russia locked in the grueling First World War. It was the Bolsheviks that lit the revolutionary spark that burned down the Tsarist regime in 1917, and eventually inaugurated the Russian Soviet Federative Socialist Republic, RSFSR.
This is our
It
last
was the first
thing we're
socialist
doing
state
is we're
in
going to get world
history,
record on
and
this.
it would be christened in blood. In July 1918, the deposed Tsar Nicholas II, along with his family, including his 13-year-old son, were executed by Bolshevik forces in an act that remains deeply controversial to this day.
To this day!
The Russian Civil War erupted as countless factions sought to oppose the new regime.
No!
For all of its claims
Look, I
of
think I
protecting
can
the
just-
Russian people, the Bolsheviks
I think I
plunged the
could just
country
run
into
and
one
jump
of the
at the end.
deadliest conflicts of the 20th century. By the end of the fighting in 1923, at least 7 million Russians had been killed, with some estimates putting the number closer to 12 million. While fighting the war, the Bolsheviks
nobody cares
also
about
had
Russians
to tighten
being
their
killed
grip
by
on the
Bolsheviks.
areas they already controlled. Ideological enemies had to be rooted out, and so, in the opening years of Bolshevik rule, tens of thousands of people were killed in a campaign of repression and extermination known as the Red Terror. The Cheka, the
Red
newly
Terror.
founded Bolshevik secret police and forerunner of the more famous KGB, played a leading role in hunting down all those designated as enemies of the state. Pre-revolution officials, Tsarists, anti-communists, landowners, business owners, priests, and almost anyone who might have a reason to oppose the new regime
Got killed.
found themselves in its sights. For the revolution to be successful,
first they got
all
jailed
counter-revolutionary
with
elements
ridiculous
had to be
sentences.
eliminated. Historians estimate that around 100,000 people were murdered by the Bolsheviks in the first 5 years of the regime.
See if I could
Far from shame, the Bolsheviks
fandangle my way
pride. Grigory Zionev,
my
one
way
of the leading Bolsheviks
around
at the
up
time,
onto that music
captured
note,
the
I could
attitude of
take
the
off so
regime
much
towards
time.
any that stood in its way.
I could skip this whole
We
precision
must
stuff.
carry along with us 90 million out of the
I still think I
100
can
million
beat the
of
world record
Soviet
even
Russia's
if I
population. As for the rest,
just
we have
use one
nothing to say
cheese,
to
but
them.
if I can double
They
cheese
must
it,
be
oh,
annihilated.
if I can double cheese it, we're
The
good.
Bolsheviks had a goal, and no amount of human suffering was too much in the pursuit of utopia. By 1922, the Bolsheviks had eliminated all effective opposition and stood unrivaled as the masters of Russia. In December 1922, the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, USSR, was formed.
I really think I could get up
Under
there.
various names, the Bolsheviks would remain at its head until its collapse almost.
What is the real story of January 6th?
What is
Many
the real
people have asked
story
that
of
question.
January 6th?
Some
70 years later.
After we get this world record, I gotta be off here. I gotta get off.
Having established their power, the Bolsheviks now set out to build their communist ideal. One of the most important steps towards this was the collectivization of agricultural land.
Yep.
This meant taking farmland out of private hands and placing it
Government
under the
controlled
control
farms.
of the people as represented.
Why do you
by the
think
state.
China and Bill
The
Gates are
goal
buying
was
up all
to
the
avoid the
farmland?
profit-seeking of private landowners and the unequal distribution of food in a private system. Instead, the government would take control of agriculture. It was argued that the collectivization would ensure that agriculture worked for the benefit of everyone
it's gonna be close.
and would
It's
allow
gonna
the
be
state
close.
to distribute food equally among its people. Collectivization remains a touchy political issue, and the jury is out on whether it could ever work.
The jury's
It
not
is
out.
still a goal
It's never
proposed
worked.
around the world today. However, the massive death tolls from the Bolsheviks' attempts to implement it,
6 million
along with
perished in
similarly
Soviet
disastrous
famine.
consequences in places like China
Oh,
and
almost as
Cambodia,
many as
cast a grim shadow
J
over
words
the
died in the
debate.
H
Lofty
cost.
goals were one thing.
Died of
The
starvation
real-world
due to
results
communism.
were
That's
another.
interesting.
Many peasants refused to give up their land, and in response, the Bolsheviks employed force. Any who resisted collectivization were named as enemies of the Soviet Union, of communism, and of society as a whole. Rural social structures were torn apart as the Bolsheviks tried to remake Russia to fit its new vision. Peasants who resisted found themselves threatened, abused, imprisoned, or killed. Institutions such as the Orthodox
48,
Church became
I think we're already
resistance. Thousands
we're already
of
out of
Orthodox
world record
clergy were
range.
imprisoned or executed, and by 1940, over 90%
That
of
was
Russia's Orthodox priests had been eliminated.
54 seconds. The
1937
world
alone,
record is
over
47 seconds. I don't know how I could
85,000
go
priests were
faster.
executed. One of the main victims of the collectivization process were the kulaks.
Uh,
Kulak was a
I don't-
term referring to a land-owning peasant.
I don't think I can beat it.
But in reality, it referred to anyone deemed to have more than the Bolshevik authorities thought
World
they
record BS.
deserved.
Let's
Farmers
see.
who could afford to hire farmhands who owned more than a small plot of land
So if
or
we
who
go
owned
right
too
here-
many animals might be labeled as kulaks. The Bolsheviks designated these people as class traitors and enemies of the revolution. In the zero-sum worldview of the Bolsheviks, the supposed wealth of the kulaks
I have
could only have been
185 world
stolen
records
from
in this
the
game,
people.
Freddy. These
Many
are all
of
my
these
world
kulaks were
records.
actually quite poor, and few even approached the level of the middle class. But nevertheless, the
Wait.
Bolsheviks marked them out for destruction. Their property was seized, and millions were imprisoned.
See
or
where it
forced
says
off
world
their
record?
land. Hundreds
D-ball
of thousands
junkie?
were simply murdered. Not
World
only did
record?
the kulaks themselves suffer,
World
but
record?
the death of so many productive agricultural workers
World record?
produced a predictable outcome.
I have almost 200 world
The
records
Soviet
in this game,
famines of the
Freddy. What are you talking
1930s
about,
were
bro?
a direct result of Bolshevik policy and led to the death of millions of
You
people.
want to see me get a world record real quick?
Nowhere were the effects of collectivization and man-made famine seen more terribly than Ukraine.
Let's see.
Ukraine had a high
Let's see what we
population
could
of
get
kulaks.
a world record on.
Although part of the USSR, Ukraine also had a strong independence movement that resisted Soviet control. Over 4,000 instances of
30-second world
Ukrainian
record on
resistance
this
to
one?
Soviet collectivization were recorded in the years leading up to the famine. And in
187.
the 1930s, Stalin
187
saw a
on an
chance to
undercover
remove
cop.
nationalists and kulaks at once. A suite of policies were introduced to break Ukrainian resistance and seize the property of citizens. Ukrainian political, cultural, and religious leaders were imprisoned or executed. Those designated as kulaks were forcibly removed from their land, and the state engaged in massive seizure of green resources. The actions were justified with appeals to the Bolsheviks' political program. Leo Kopelev, then a radio news broadcaster, but later a renowned anti-Soviet author and activist, reflected on how those complicit in the events saw things. I was among those who believed that you had to shake up the village to get it to give up the grain, that the villagers, kulaks, had no consciousness of awareness, that they care only about their property, that they don't care for the workers,
we could
they
damage
are not
boost.
Interested in the construction of socialism.
We could damage boost across
One
this.
resident of Mariupol, cited in Anne Applebaum's book Red Famine 2017, similarly recalled how ideology was used to justify abuse. They recounted the story of a shopkeeper who became enraged at a starving Ukrainian teenage girl and kicked her to death in the street. An avowed supporter of the regime, the shopkeeper supposedly told weeping and horrified onlookers that the girl and those like her were enemies of the people, who deserved no sympathy. By dressing up their actions with ideological ideals, the Bolsheviks justified their actions for a supposed greater good, that even if it succeeded, millions would not live to see. Predictably, the decimation of the most productive agricultural land in the USSR and the extermination of its most productive farmers produced a famine. Far from trying to relieve it, Stalin and the Bolshevik authorities intentionally exacerbated
in the
door. Ukrainians who dared to steal state-controlled grain were inflicted with harsh punishments, and strict internal travel controls were implemented that prevented refugees fleeing the worst-hit areas, trapping them in the worst-affected regions of the country. The man-made famine in Ukraine in 1932 and 1933 is now known as the Holodomor.
See, we're already at 29
Estimates
seconds.
for the death toll range from 3.5 to 7 million people killed in just 2 years. Not only was the famine a direct outcome of Bolshevik
I don't know how you
actions,
could go faster.
the government intentionally acted to worsen the famine in order to eliminate Ukrainians. Although the label is debated,
So
the
what I would do
Holodomor
is
has
I
been
would
named
wanna-
a genocide by both the European Parliament and the Ukrainian government. The scars of the
I don't think we
Holodomor
can beat this
continue
world
to
record
shape Ukraine
because
to
I
this
think it's
day,
optimized
and
already.
linger in national memory as a symbol of Russia's historic abuses towards the nation, a precedent that recent history
Okay, we can
has
almost just
chillingly
launch
followed.
across that.
Not every victim of the Bolshevik regime was immediately killed. One of the most infamous tools employed by Stalin was the Gulag system. The Gulags were a massive collection of
Way
prisons
too jet
and
for the
forced labor
Gulag.
camps that millions of Soviet citizens were
292.
subjected to between the 1930s and 1950s.
Might as well get this mushroom
the Gulags
because
received traditional criminals like murderers and rapists, but it also received political prisoners. Anyone who was even suspected of opposing the regime, no matter how thin the evidence, could find themselves carted off to the Gulags. The Gulag system created a climate of fear and
293,
suspicion
that's
in Soviet
less than
society.
6 seconds into the pipe.
Hundreds of thousands of Soviet citizens became informants for the secret police, some hoping to ingratiate themselves with the
okay,
authorities
as soon as that
by
pops,
ratting
I
out
need to get a
friends and
good jump,
neighbors.
bop,
But others,
skeet,
possessed
bloop.
by a genuine ideological zeal to
this,
find
something
supposed
like-
enemies of the people. Since almost any offense
yeah,
could
yeah,
earn a
yeah,
sentence,
okay.
and any person could be an informant, Soviet citizens became trapped in a constant web of fear and performative loyalty. The Gulag system was never a secret, but its true horrors were exposed most famously by Alexander Solzhenitsyn.
The
in his
Gulag
historic book,
Archipelago.
The Gulag Archipelago, 1973. In the book, Solzhenitsyn describes the origins of the system and recounts his experiences during his 8
Okay,
years
we do
of
need
imprisonment
we
within
do
it.
need the mushroom.
Solzhenitsyn was arrested in 1945 for writing derogatory comments about Stalin in a private letter to a friend. Even such a minor transgression was enough to earn Solzhenitsyn almost a decade of suffering inside the
They
camps.
called him a tenor.
Solzhenitsyn gives
That's all the
insight into
sentences
the
they gave
grueling
out
lives
was
of
10
those who
years.
crossed the Soviet
But then what they would
regime.
do is wait till
Almost
the end
all
of your
Gulags
tenor,
were forced labor systems where prisoners
and then
worked
they would
long
give you another
days on
tenor.
difficult work. Most of the camps were far from civilization, often in the frigid wastelands of Siberia, which meant that working conditions were often
276.
deadly. The conditions were akin to slavery, and all sorts of abuse was inherent in the system. For example, Solzhenitsyn describes the systematic abuse of female prisoners who were ordered to line up,
that's
strip naked,
31.
and be paraded in front of
31, the world record is 30.
So they could select which prisoners to keep as
Not
sex
sure
slaves.
what else I could do to
Of
cut
all
off
of the
time.
sufferings that Gulag prisoners endured, one of the
Ooh,
most
we're
consistent
so
problems
close.
remembered by inmates was hunger. The food ration for Gulag prisoners was barely enough to keep them as functional workers, and the withholding of food was a common punishment.
That was quick.
The quality of the food was extremely poor, with bread often being made with sawdust. Still, the food the prisoners did get was precious to them.
Dang
Solzhenitsyn
it.
reflected on how desperation turned the miserable Gulag rations
Can't take
into a
damage yet.
blessing.
Can't take damage yet.
You had to eat with all your thoughts on the food, like he was nibbling off these little bits now, and turn them over on your tongue, and roll them over in your mouth, and then it tasted so good, this soggy black bread. Starvation and
PayPal works with the tools you already use.
Get out of here,
Like
PayPal.
WooCommerce.
malnutrition claimed many lives among the prisoners. Disease claimed others in the unsanitary conditions of the camp, or exposure took them in the frigid Siberian wastes.
I know.
Others died from work
I'm trying to
injuries,
find if
and
there's a faster
executions
way to
were
do
regularly
this.
employed for troublesome prisoners. The death toll from the gulags has been a subject of debate. Although the gulags were not extermination
communism
camps
has killed
like those of
60
the
million
Nazis,
people.
At least 1 million people still died during or shortly after their internment, with some estimates putting the number as high as 3 million.
That might
A
have been it.
consensus is starting to emerge of about 1.5 million deaths, but this is by no means a final number. For millions more, the physical and mental scars of the camps would remain for
That's
life.
not fast enough.
The Gulag system proved too cruel for Stalin's successors. Later Soviet rulers denounced the system and began dismantling it, but some critics point out that many of the methods, practices, and even locations of the Gulags remained in use for years, even decades after their formal abolition. No video could ever hope to cover every diabolical thing done by the Bolsheviks. Chances are that many of you can think of events that we haven't covered. The Katyn massacre, massacres of civilians during the invasion of Finland, and forced deportation to Siberia, to name just a few, which only goes to show the scale of the
Dang,
atrocities
you don't want to get
committed during
deported
their
to
reign.
Siberia?
Similarly, no definitive death toll for the actions of the Bolsheviks can truly be known. But historians estimate that the number of people killed as a direct or indirect result of the Soviet regime is in the tens of millions. These atrocities were enabled by ideological possession that placed the
277
goals
in
of
the
the
pipe.
regime above
That's
the
a
lives
second
of
quicker than
actual
last
human
time.
beings. Similarly to Nazi Germany or fascist Italy, a government enchanted by its own vision of what the future should look
269,
like,
I think we got the
turned
world record.
present into an
That is
unimaginable hell
that
for
is
countless
28
victims. The atrocities
seconds.
of the Bolsheviks exposed millions to some
We should
of
have beat the world
worst
record there.
cruelty mankind could
Let's
offer.
go. Look, what's that say,
Solzhenitsyn,
Freddie?
like
Freddie,
so
what's
many
that say?
others, spent years
What's that say
attempting to
right there?
understand why.
Does that
How
say
could
world
anyone
record?
partake in such a
That says
brutal
world record.
system?
Look at that.
Solzhenitsyn, like
Oh, look,
many
and this
people
level was
and
made
world
in
religions,
Japan.
came to believe that the sort of evil.
Hold on, Frederick from LA. World record, Josh. Be for real. Maybe city record. This is a level that was made in Japan, and I just got the world record on it. Here, you can't see because this thing's in your way. Let me move this out of the way for you. Let me move this out of the way for you. Let's close that. What's that say, Freddie? Here, let me zoom in for you, Freddie. What's that say, Freddie? This is a Japanese level. What's that say, Freddie? Can you read that? Can you read that for me? What's that say? That says world record. World, not city record, not county record, not state record, not nation's record. That says world record. World record. Global record. What you think of that? Get out of here. Think I can't get a world record? Shoot. I get world records in this game every day. Every day that I play it. What you even talking about, bro? And if Divine Nut was here, he'd take my record. All right, guys, I'm going to end the stream on that. We learned about the Bolsheviks. We watched Hake debate a seriously disingenuous intellectual, deep-based Hake debating a shallow intellectual, know-it-all. Sounded kind of drunk, like he was drinking a little too much Bud Light tonight. We got some world records. We had a good expert run. We got to like level 9 in our expert run. That was pretty good. We had a bunch of saves. So good little stream. Lots of views. I don't know what happened with this stream, but we got like 460 views. So thanks, everybody. I wish everybody would have hit the like. I wish everybody would have hit that like button, but they didn't do it. What can I say? But if you're still here, hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. JS Urban Adventures. We do a talk show. News, politics, religion, theology, philosophy, conspiracy theories. This Monday night, we're covering a bunch of stuff. The subway choking, Jamie Foxx in the hospital, Minnesota city person Finky expose, and we'll talk about Putin getting drone attacked, threatening to nuke everybody, and then we'll talk about why nukes are fake on Monday night, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern time, the Dreaded Conservative show. But until then, I don't know if I'll stream again before Monday. Maybe. We got the Dragon Ball tournament next month coming up. We got to practice for that, so I'll probably do a stream of Dragon Ball Super card game. Either what's today, Thursday? Either tomorrow or Saturday. If there's any good UFC fights on Saturday and I'm not working, I might be working Saturday. I don't know. But if I'm not working Saturday, if there's any good UFC fights, we'll probably watch the fights and play some. What is the UFC this weekend? Is there a pay-per-view? Is it the UFC this weekend? Edwards versus Usman. No. March 18th. That already happened. UFC 288. Oh, yeah. Sterling versus Cejudo. And Gilbert Burns versus Bilal Muhammad. So, if I'm not working, Saturday, May 6th at 8 p.m. The early prelims start at 4 p.m. So even if I work on Saturday, it's a late fight card. So I may be able to get home from work and start streaming at like 6, and we can watch the preliminary card and the main card. And we'll play some Dragon Ball Super card game. I got to practice for this tournament on the 3rd of June. We got to try to get that Nats invite. I want to get my Nationals invite this year. So I need to do as many of these online tournaments as I can. And we just need to try to, if we get top 16 out of 200 players, that's the goal. We get top 16, we're for sure getting an invite to Nationals. If we get an invite to Nationals, we're for sure taking a trip to Florida in November for Nationals. That will be epic. I'll start saving all my money for a trip. So we got to train. We got to train up. For the tournament coming up in June 3rd. But yeah. Anyway, other than that, I'll have some shorts up, work on some clips, all the good stuff. But I'll see you guys either tomorrow night or Saturday. Definitely on Monday. Come back Monday. I'll catch you guys later. I'm out. Peace.